Welcome then to the Jumeirah Golf Estates for the first ever Emirates Amateur Golf League mini-series event. 9 holes of match play with 8 teams on the fire course. Myself, Claire and the team going to bring you live coverage throughout the afternoon. It has been a massive effort just to get this far. A lot of hard work has gone in to bring us the first EAGL event.
Has been in the pipeline for some time, and I am with the entire team which is behind this event. So mind you, today is the first EAGL mini series event, and this will be followed by the main series in November. Mr. Sudesh Agarwal, let me start with you.
Yes, sir.
This must be a really proud moment for you.
For sure. If you look at it this day, we have worked, the whole team has worked from the conceptualization to the execution, almost now 8 months that we are on the job. And this is very exciting, very fulfilling. At the same time, it is very challenging because to put the pieces together, it has not been an easy task. And for sure, it is very fulfilling.
Can you give us your concept, your thoughts behind the EAGL series and how it is so different from what any golf fan is used to?
You see, the EAGL is definitely a totally different concept because all other sports has a league format of the game. It is only the golf which did not have the league format of the game. That is the one basic difference, that where it is played in the league format and the teams compete, not the individual golfers compete. More so, the amateur golfers always desire to play like a professional. They play in the pro-ams and all those things, but the experience of playing like a pro, they never get it. So we thought that yes, we will provide that experience to the amateur golfers.
So it really is a fantastic effort by Sudesh and all of his team to get us here to our first ever Emirates Golf League. So we're looking forward to what's going to happen today. We really don't know what's going to happen today. It could be anything at all. We have our teams ready to go. Let's take a look at them now. They've all got fancy logos and fancy names to go along with them. Let's run through them for you. So first of all, the Abu Dhabi Roars, playing captain today, Gary Webber, Kalfan Al-Kabi, Christopher Nelson and Graham Glynn. Dubai Eyes, Asian Jumbos, Robbie Greenfield, the non-playing captain, and his playing captain, Paul Murnahan. Dubai Tigers, headed up by playing captain Chris May and his team. And then we've got the Emirati players, non-playing captain Ismail Sharif, Khalid Youssef heading them up on the course. Mark Ricks is playing the captain for the English Roses. The European Sevies, Jay Tostevin is in charge of there. We have a non-playing captain for the Indian Lions, Rajiv Khanna. Gurbak Singh is playing captain. Now, we have some rules here especially. Rick Bevin is going to captain the MENA golfers. Craig Vance, Zubair Firdaus, Deepak Jain, Ashok Kumar along with them as well. Let's now go and find out the rules for the special 9 holes with our tournament director, Nick Tarrant.
Mr. Tarrant, let me ask you, you've been the face behind DP World Tour Championship over here for many years. You have done a lot of tournaments, you've conceptualized a lot of tournaments. How different was this experience of Emirates Amateur Golf League?
Well, firstly, thank you, Joy. I must congratulate Sudesh and Priya for their vision and all their hard work. We have a 9-hole competition today that has a unique format in many roles, and this is by far the most exciting project I've seen for golf. when players finish with their golf carts and everything, we'll have a natural amphitheatre here later today with all the players, and I predict with announcements on the first tee, music, walk-on stuff on the first tee, with announcements on the 18th green of commentators as they reach. There's going to be a real buzz, and we can't wait for that buzz to find itself later today and to crown our champion.
The irrepressible Nick Tarrant there with the rules, and we'll explain more as we go along today. But we are about ready to start our first match here at the fire course at the Jumeirah Golf Estates. Let's hear from our first two team captains. We have Mark Ricks, the captain of English Rose, and first the captain of Dubai Tigers, Chris May.
Excited to be part of this event. It's always great to see something new in golf, and I think this is definitely something new and quite exciting. I think I'm not unique in saying that post-lockdown I've probably played more golf than I've played in a long time, which has been great for everyone, and we've seen a great sort of move towards golf, which has been great for the golf industry. So I played a bit more than normal. Playing to my 9 handicap I think is sometimes a little tough. It's only 9 holes, so I could have 9 good holes. I think it's really exciting to have something that's really new and approaching things from a different aspect in golf. It is something, the whole format is very different, because there's no doubt that playing in this Sunday's event is going to be a great experience and something that's quite unique for everyone that's playing in it. Team format in golf is something that I think works really, really well. And, you know, as an amateur golfer, you don't often get to play in that team format scenario. And we see with the President's Cup and the Ryder Cup how successful those formats are in the professional game. And I think in the amateur game, it's something that, you know, people will really enjoy the experience.
An amateur player, when you play in the Pro-Ams or the Sponsors Day, you kind of get that feeling about, wow, this is what it's like to be a professional. It's the environment that they operate in, very pressured, having to play in front of cameras and crowds and stuff like that. So that's why I think the EAGL Golf League will be such a success. My team is spectacular. Pure athletes, great golfers. I have Brian Moulds, who's quite a famous character in the UAE golf scene. Melissa Williams, who off 9 is our trump card for sure.
He looks confident, doesn't he? So he should be. He's got a good team behind him as well, but we are ready to get started. We're going to have a very special tee shot before our first match here to explain more. Down on the course, Claire should be out there on the 10th tee at the fire course. Claire, are you there somewhere?
Shiv. I'm ready. Shiv's coming. Hello. Hello and welcome to the first tee. I'm here with Shiv Kapoor. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. This is replicating a professional event, and the amateurs get a feel of what it's like. I played the Golf in Dubai Championship here in December, and this is really just feels like another pro event. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh well, great. We're really excited to have you here with us. We're looking forward to your honorary tee shot. Any first tee nerves?
Always. I remember the great Jack Nicklaus always said, if you don't feel butterflies in the first tee, it means you're not ready. So you always feel them, and it's good too.
Good. Well, we hope you have a great day. Have you been out to see the course?
Yes, it's in great shape. The greens are rolling beautifully. The main challenge at the fire course is always the greens. So that's the one piece of advice for the amateurs is, the fairways are fairly generous, but make sure you watch the greens. There are lots of subtle breaks out there.
I'll let them know. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Claire. What a wonderful treat to have Shiv Kapoor here with us on the 10th tee. And he is going to, in fact, hit an honorary tee shot for us, the first ever tee shot for an EAGL event, mini-series or not. What an absolute delight. He's also going to stay with us. Hopefully, I can persuade him to come and join me here in the commentary box as well. We're going to have more treats as well as the day goes on here at the fire course at the Jumeirah Golf Estates. Lots of special guests coming in here, hopefully, to join me. Claire will be out on the course, and we have a couple of more reporters out there as well, but hopefully we're going to get inside the players' minds as they're out there playing in front of TV cameras. Remember, for the very first time, these are not professionals These are amateur players very much. Some may have more experience of golf than other people, but they're certainly amateurs. So not only are they playing in what is a very high-profile event in Dubai, they're also playing on TV in front of who knows how many people out there watching as well. They'll be very aware of that. They'll be very aware that not only are their friends and family watching, but anyone else could be watching out there as well. So we're going to just quickly, before we go to the 10th tee and have our first tee shot, we're going to have a couple of words from other few people behind the scenes here at EAGL.
I think it's another really innovative idea in terms of trying to lift amateur golf to another level and really give them a little bit of a taste of what it is like to play in a team format, like, say, the Ryder Cup. Obviously, it's not the Ryder Cup, but it's going to give them the feeling of what it's like for every shot that you take and every point that you're playing for to really mean something. The live TV cameras there, everybody's going to be congregated on the 18th green. It's going to be a really sort of thrilling climax to the event. So yeah, I think it's another one of the great sort of game-changing ideas that's being sort of trialled at this mini-series, and hopefully will prove to be a great addition to the amateur game.
Started playing golf when I was 4 years of age. Played in a lot of the big tournaments in Dubai. My handicap at the moment is +3. I do have a bit of time to play a bit of golf now and then when I'm allowed to. So yeah, so golf's always been in the blood and that, and as I said, really looking forward to the weekend. So obviously with the format, with the match plays, but over 9 holes, block out all the TV cameras and the press and whatever else may be going on around, but it's, as I said, just go and enjoy it. I'm sure we might get a bit of a brave heart, a few comments from Robbie. Really looking forward to it, and we'll do all our best to hopefully get the points for our team on the day, and Robbie, keep our captain happy.
It's an added part to the event as well. Not only are they going to be playing live on the TV cameras all afternoon today, they also have to go through these pre-event interviews that all the top professionals are doing every time they tee it up somewhere around the world. So it's the full experience for these players, and you wonder who's going to crumble, who's going to thrive under the pressure of the first ever EAGL event. So we are about ready to get going. The 10th tee, we're going to play the back 9 of the Fire course, of course. This is the sister course to the perhaps more famous Earth course, where we play the DP World Tour Championship, the last event of the Race to Dubai every year. But just next door is a Fire course, supposed to be a little bit easier. We're going to find out if that's true or not. Okay, so let's take in some of the scenery now. Right down there on the 10th tee, and it's pretty hot. Let's be honest, it's humid, it's hot, but it looks fantastic while we're out there. So I think the players are gathering at the 10th tee, but we're going to go and see that ceremonial tee shot. So lucky to have him here with us today, Shiv Kapoor, multiple tour winner on the Asian Tour, multiple winner on the Challenge Tour, European Tour player as well. And we are honoured to be able to hand down to Nick Tarrant down there on the 10th tee, and perhaps he's going to hit the first one right down the middle. Over to Nick Tarrant.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural Emirates Amateur Golf League here at Jumeirah Golf Estates on the Fire course. To hit the inaugural shot, I'd like to acknowledge and recognise Sudesh Agarwal, the chairman and founder of the EAGL mini-series. Thank you very much, Sudesh. And I'd like to invite Shiv Kapoor to hit the first tee shot. On the tee, Shiv Kapoor. Great shot, pro.
They'll all be watching shot for sure. I guarantee they'll all have been focusing on the way that he hits that ball down the fairway, his stroke, the way he comes into the backswing and through into impact as well. And now all of those players will be slightly perhaps tweaking the way they're going to attempt to hit the ball as well. So we are about ready to get match 1 underway up here on the
Ladies and
10th tee
gentlemen,
of the Fire
this
course.
is the 3:30 match, match number 1. Nathan Williamson, number 3, versus Mark Riggs, captain of English Rose number 1. Mark Riggs will start 1 down. And on the tee, representing Dubai Tigers, Nathan Williamson.
First tee shot of the EAGL Mini Series. Nathan Williamson started playing golf just in 2014. And already here he is. Oh, and he's straight up there, doesn't delay at all. Hits the ball. There's a round of applause, so can we see where it's landed?
The tee, representing English Roses, the
No,
captain,
we have to trust
wearing number 1,
that went okay.
Mark Riggs.
Next up then, Mark Riggs now, the captain of the English Roses. Well known as the CCO of Golf News. He's got to hit a tee shot worthy of a captain. He looks strong, doesn't he? This could go a long way. There's another ripple of applause, so we have to hope it's on the fairway as well.
Just missed the villa, Mark. You're fine on the grass. Match 2.
Well, I can't quite see the balls.
Shine against Bayer Khan.
Hopefully,
This starts a level match.
they will be okay.
No one-ups, no one-downs. Representing MENA golfers, 3 on his sleeve, Deepak Jain.
So, MENA golfers now getting underway. Deepak Jain. Interesting to see their opening swings. Deepak having a proper practice swing, which neither of the other two did. And he's facing Bayer Khan, the Asian Jumbos. He's been in the UAE for 17 years. He'll know this course well. And Deepak sends it out there.
On the tee, representing Asian Jumbos, number 3 on his
You
sleeve.
wonder if the rounds of
Bayer
applause
Khan.
are for the tee shot or just being kind. We'll track those balls as soon as we can. Claire will be out there somewhere. So he's playing against Bayer Khan. He's got a 7 handicap. And he stripes one himself.
Play well, gentlemen. Enjoy your rounds.
And that is our first 2 matches underway. Oh, I can see a ball there in the fairway. That's a terrific opening tee shot, whoever that was. And that may well have been Bayer Khan. He'll be very happy when he walks up to his ball. So we are now underway here in the first ever Emirates Amateur Golf League Mini Series event. Okay, let's go to Claire, and she's down there on the fairway of the 10th. What can you see there, Claire?
Deepak has definitely had his Weetabix for breakfast. That has gone miles. He's got like 80 to the pin. Shiv's, I'm not sure if you can see Shiv's quite a bit further, but that was to be expected. And then we've got Nathan and Mark over there about 10 yards apart from each other. So I'm just going to wait for them to come up and I'll go and have a chat. Back to you, Graham.
It seems like, Claire, while you're there, it seems like there's a bit of wind down there as well. Which way is that blowing? Is that helping or hindering matters?
Oh gosh, to me it seems like it's helping, but I haven't played for a while. No, it's definitely, there's a bit of a swell, but it's definitely helping, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, and it's no wonder Shiv Kapoor's tee shot is way down there. He is the pro out of all these guys, showing the way to go. Still, he would have had a bit of nerves on the first tee, wouldn't he?
Well, I think so for sure. I spoke to him and he said about Jack Nicklaus's if you don't feel any nerves, there's something wrong. So he definitely said he was feeling it, but I sensed it was being a bit generous.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much, Claire. She's going to keep tracking our players as we go here all afternoon. And I think now we can go. Just trying to find what looks like we're looking for Bayer Khan's ball over there on the left-hand side. I assume that's Bayer Khan. He's the one looking for it. And I tell you what, we knew there'd be nerves off the first tee, and it looks like we already have a bit of a first tee casualty. Bayer, he's just got to collect his thoughts, find his ball. And this will be the very definition of taking your medicine, Bayer. Don't try any heroics from here. Where's he going to drop it? We'll call that a drop. It's close enough. Got to do it again. Over knee height we're supposed to do it. He's accepted it. I think we should. It's very warm out there. Okay, so Bayer Khan for the Asian Jumbos is taken a drop. Just a nice clean strike to get it out there. I think he has as well. Just trying to track that ball. The way he was looking, Bayer, as he hit the ball, I think he got good contact on it. Hopefully he is back in play now. And even if he's gone right through to the bunker maybe. What if Claire's down there? She can tell us where Bayer Khan's ball ended up. I don't think we're sure, just lost Claire for a moment. We'll try and come back to her as soon as we can. Maybe we'll find out from the way Bayer Khan gets back in his buggy and where he drives to. That's the easiest way to find out how things went. And our other teams as well. There's Mark Ricks and Nathan Williamson in their buggy together here. As you can see, hanging off the back of the buggies, we have our scorers relaying the scores in real time back to us here. And obviously, things are a bit tricky with the handicaps. Most of them pretty much playing off scratch with each other. So we'll try and get the up-to-date scores as and when we can. Bayer Khan back in his buggy. Deepak Jain with him there. We're going to try and cut to Claire. I think there she is on the course. She's going to have a chat with our second match. Over to you, Claire.
I'm here. I've got Mark and Nathan about to hit. Nathan a bit further back, so he's going to go first.
So Mark Ricks there. He's just working out his yardage. Claire, what's he going to attempt here? Is he quite happy with his lie? It looks okay. You can see most of the ball. He's got to be happy with his tee shot. Pretty much this hole is really straight, the 10th. It's supposed to just ease you into what is the back nine here on the fire course. Now let's watch Mark. Decent drive. As he made it to the green. Looked like he caught that a bit fat, a bit heavy. So I think he might be just a bit short there. Nathan Williamson should be next to play. His ball just 5 feet in front of Mark Ricks. Claire's still down there. Maybe Claire put Mark off his stroke. There's Nathan. There's Nathan just jumping up, just to have a look at where he needs to aim. It's pretty wide open, his target from here. It's not the area he would have totally wanted to be in, but he has got a chance. Oh, that's a terrific shot from Nathan out of there. It's going to run through to the back of the green. But that's a decent shot, he would probably imagine, to get out of trouble. He's going to have to go up and down from there for par, but...
Right, I'm going to Deepak.
Nerves coming into play, certainly. Now, this is Deepak Jain, MENA golfers first off. Claire is over there.
Deepak, that was an amazing shot. How far was that?
That's about 290 yards.
290 yards, absolute peach. And what are you going for now? Got 146 to the pin?
146 to the pin, 9 iron.
9 iron. Good luck.
Okay, you're back away now, Claire. Let's let him have his shot. Huge drive. Can he capitalise? Nice practice swing from Deepak. The approach by Deepak. I wonder if he just hit the bunker there. We're going to go back to the 10th tee. And here's Nick Tarrant again. This now, Kabir Luthra for the Indian Lions. 8 handicap for Kabir. His first tee shot of the day. Sounded like good
On the
contact.
tee, wearing number 4 on his sleeve, representing Emirati players, the marketing manager of Emirates Golf Federation, Robert Fiala.
Here now, Robert Fiala of the Emirati players. He's playing off a 8 handicap, same as his opposite number today.
Great, Robert.
Again, another healthy round of applause. See him again to get a decent strike on it. Having trouble tracking the balls into the bunker. Right in the middle of the bunker though. Should have a decent lie in there.
Abu Dhabi Roars, number 3, Christopher Nelson.
Now Chris Nelson, Abu Dhabi Roars getting their game
Can the cameraman keep
underway.
quiet, please? Keep quiet.
And Chris plays off a 9 handicap. Again, it's the old adage, isn't it? You want your first shot just to get on the fairway. That's all you need. Worry about the rest when you get there. Seemed like quite a controlled tee shot.
On the tee representing European semis, number 4 in the team, Jack Gleason.
Right down the middle. What a shot. Well, that'll ease the nerves of Christopher Nelson. Now we've got Jack Gleason, European semis. He also plays off 8. Oh, that looked like a lovely swing, didn't it?
Shot throw.
Really
Play well.
controlled and
Good luck.
steady. I'd imagine he is well down the fairway.
I think we'll take one provisional.
Oh, he is as
ball,
well. That's a
please.
great tee shot. 2 superb tee shots there. And that is matches 3 and 4 now underway. Oh, it looks like, I thought that was Chris Nelson's down the middle, but looks like he's reloading. So I wonder who that was in the bunker. Chris Nelson playing a provisional. Slightly slower swing that
Well,
time.
all
That's the
teams.
right way to go about it. Oh, and he's hit an absolute beauty. He'll wish that was his first one, won't he? So he'll fancy his chances. If he's quite confident out of a fairway bunker, he'll fancy his chances. Up on the green now. And fair to say that these would be hopefully trying to finish off 2 putts. Mark Ricks is going to go first. Try and slot this one in. Yes, well done. First hole completed for Mark Ricks and the English Roses. Now, Deepak Jain. Try to hole out for the MENA golfers for the first time. And that's nicely in as well. Back to the 10th fairway. Clears down there.
I'm just hoping to get out and get up and down for my next shot.
You can do it. What? I have confidence in you, Robert. Go on.
Oh, we just missed out what Robert is going to do here. Is he
Oh.
on the fairway there, Claire? We just didn't hear what.
No, sorry, Robert. You're gonna have to just mention what you just said to me. Then he admitted that he was feeling a few first tee nerves. Even a seasoned professional, regular player like you, should I say?
Well, no, definitely. I mean, I think that the experience and the atmosphere that they created on the first tee is providing everybody a bit of energy and exhilaration for that first tee shot, a bit of nerves. So
But you've got it out of the way now.
Okay, let's let
so
Robert.
bad.
Let's let Robert crack on with his
This is the
shot.
best part of my game, but we'll try to get it out and up and down.
You can do it. Come on, we've got faith in you, Robert.
Now this is a tricky shot here, but the green is quite open for him. He does have to get over that bunker at the front. Oh, he looked like he got really good contact now. Is it going to land on the green? Where is it? Oh, maybe it was just too short. Looked to me like he got really good contact out of that fairway bunker. Maybe he's now in the green side bunker. So the green is clear for our second 4-ball to try and get on there. We've already seen Robert Fiala's effort out of the fairway bunker. You can see them there hanging up their gloves on the top of the cart. It's a common sight in this part of the world, playing in this real heat. You often have to have 3 or 4 gloves at the same time, and you dry 1 or 2 out as you're playing with the other one. It's a bit of a regular cycle. Now, here we have Jack Gleeson, 28 years old, Irishman. He's working as a business teacher in Al Ain while he's in the UAE. Let's see his approach shot to the 10th. I think that drifted left, and that might be in that bunker there, which means he's slightly short-sided himself. It's going to be pretty tricky to get up and down. Now, Kabi Luthra, Indian Lions. Second shot here. Nice, lovely swing, lovely tempo on that. Looks to be dead on target. Oh, it's a terrific shot. He'll be really pleased. He's going to have that for birdie. Now, Chris Nelson. It's a terrific tee shot. Unfortunately, it had to be his second tee shot off the tee after his first ball went slightly awry. So if we can get up and down from here, that would be a terrific start, really, overcoming the odds. Again, a nice, decent, slow swing. It's just going to run off the green to the right, but that's okay. If he can get up and down from there, he'll take that and move on. And we're going back to the 10th tee for match 5. Dubai Tigers' Chris May and Brian Moles, representing the English Roses, are going to be first off, and then Kalfan Al-Kabi for Abu Dhabi Roars
We welcome
against
from Abu Dhabi
Sunil
Roars,
Agarwal
Kalfan
for the
Al-Kabi.
European seconds.
And the final member of this 2-match group, representing European semis, is Sunil Agarwal. The order will be Chris May against Brian, Kalfan against Sunil.
Okay, ready, start.
This is the 15-50 match, match 5. Dubai Tigers, their captain, Chris May.
Chris May then, 25 years experience in the golf industry, such a well-known figure, CEO of Dubai Golf. So he should be pretty good. Playing off 9. Oh, that's a lovely tempo to his drive. He'll be pleased with that.
Dot pro.
Let's just hope it ends
On
up in the right
tee,
spot.
Representing English Roses, number
Just
3
a bit
in
off
their
the
team,
fairways. They're going to run into the
Moles.
just slightly into the bunker. I think it hit the rake there. Might have an awkward second shot. Brian Moles now for the English Roses. Nice and quiet there on the 10th tee. Representing the English Roses. Bit of a nod to Justin Rose, of course. Well, so far, everybody's got good contact on their drive, and depending on where the ball has gone,
Match 6 on
they'll
the
be pleased
tee,
just to hit it. There it is.
representing
That'll do
Abu Dhabi
nicely.
Roars, number 2 on his sleeve, Kalfan Al-Kabi.
Just off the fairway, but it's playable. Now, Kalfan Al-Kabi. Playing captain of Abu Dhabi Roars. All smiles before he hits his tee shot, at least. Plays off 7. That seemed fairly effortless, didn't it?
This is a level match, no handicaps, no shots, no matches, one up or one down. On the tee, representing European semis, number 2 on his sleeve, Sunil Agarwal.
And now the European sevis. Sunil Agarwal, of course the son of the chairman of EAGL, so his dad watching on with interest. Can't let the side down here. He plays off 6. Very good goal for Sunil. Again, that's short backswing. Not much can go wrong. And that's excellent. Right on the fairway. Oh, that'll be a breath out for Sunil. Very pleased. So we're now going to catch up with a few more captains. We have him.
I started playing golf in 1990. I had joined the U.S. military and I could afford a set of golf clubs and to get out and play. So I started transferring my baseball swing into a golf swing and playing off a 2.2 now. So I just absolutely love the game and just what it brings to your own personality. Tournaments, I played a few here in the UAE, the Opens, the Abu Dhabi Open, the Saudi Beach Open, and preparation is probably more mental. I think we'll talk about it before we start, maybe get in the mindset that you're already halfway through your match. We know we're going to approach that 10th tee box with a certain score based on our handicaps, and we're going to understand what we need to do in the next 9 holes in order to win the match and close this thing out before we get to 18.
I'm very proud to be selected as captain, especially as playing captain. Ismail Sharif has been selected as the non-playing captain, which is also great. He adds a lot of value to the team. I'm definitely looking forward to the event. 9 holes, short and sweet. We need to make sure we're on all of the players actually are on top of our game. There's a lot of pressure involved, obviously, an honour representing the UAE or the Emirati team, so there's a lot of pressure in that sense. And there's also media coverage, sponsors, etc. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good event. So I think it's a great initiative and I can see it having a strong future.
Khalid Youssef there, the UAE number 1. We'll see him much later. Match 14, Gary Webber is going out on match 15. Down then to the 10th fairway. Well, let's be honest, we're off the fairway here. Kalfan Al-Kabi. Oh, he looked like he got good contact on that as well. Is he happy with it though? Looked like he got a lot of club on that. And they seem to be looking in the right direction at least. And we'll get confirmation of where Kalfan Al-Kabi's ball ended up there. Beautiful location here, the Jumeirah Golf Estates. Wonderful property. Of course, the Earth Course just next door, where we have the DP World Tour Championship, the final event of the Race to Dubai every year. And this fire course, well known to members of the Jumeirah Golf Estates, getting its time in the sun here for the Emirates Amateur Golf League. It did actually get used at the Race to Dubai season last season for a one-off European Tour event called the Dubai Championship. Obviously, what with everything going on, the Race to Dubai season had to be rejigged around, and the Fire Course staged an event the week before the DP World Tour Championship. Sunil Agarwal now on the 10th fairway. His approach to the green. Good tee shot. Can he capitalise? Looks to be heading left. Is it going to stay out of the bunker? It's going to drift in, but it's not on a slope, so he'll have a chance to get his club underneath that, up and down if he possibly can. That's another approach shot. We've seen the ball over there already this afternoon. Green's quite flat. He's probably going to take a putter, and he'll be hoping to get a 2-putt and get out of there. Chris May now. He found the left side off the tee. Hopefully it did creep well into the sand and he's not having an awkward lie there. See if he gets any contact. Oh, he's come off the bunker. Just get out there. Get onto the fairway. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, it's just crept on there. That's not what he wanted, but he's still got a chance. A little wedge shot in, a little chip and run. I think we're just about ready to get our next match underway. Back to the 10th tee. Shiv Kapoor there on the left with the chairman of EAGL, Sunil Agarwal.
Next on the tee, representing Asian Jumbos, Rohit Kaushal.
As if it wasn't nervous making enough to walk onto the tee in front of the TV cameras. You've got Shiv Kapoor watching you as well, but he's actually trying to calm these guys down on the first tee. You can see the trophy there that they're playing for in the middle, just next to the
match 8, representing
number
Indian
10.
Lions, number 2 on his shirt, Gurbak Singh.
Here's Gurbak Singh, the Indian Lions, one of the highest handicaps here. He's playing off 17 today.
Final player
playing for the Indian Lions.
Representing Emirati players, the Vice Chairman of the Emirates Golf Federation, number 3 on his sleeve, Adil Zarouni.
Adil Zarouni from the Emirati players, playing off 12 today. Fist pumping the air as his music is played onto the tee. And the fairway should have cleared now, and we can get this match underway. Match 7 and 8.
This is the 4 o'clock match. Match number 7, representing Mina golfers, number 4 on his shirt, Ashok Kumar.
Ashok Kumar playing off 12. Has got down to 6 with his handicap in the past. He seemed to catch a bit of the ground before the ball.
This is a level match, no matches up or down. On the tee, representing Asian Jumbos,
Underestimate
Rohit
the nerves
Kaushal.
on that first tee. Must be enormous.
Quiet, please, from the tee.
Rohit Kaushal, Asian Jumbos, playing off 14 today. Round of applause.
On the tee, match 8, representing Indian Lions, Gurbak Singh.
Now then, Gurbak Singh for the Indian Lions. Nice and steady, Gurbaks. Nice and steady. Oh, I think he's caught it well.
Good shot down the path. Well done.
That'll do you.
Adel Zaruni,
Well done,
representing
Gerbax, that's
the
fine.
Emirati players. Number 3 on his sleeve. Mr. Vice Chairman of the Emirates Golf Federation, between the tees and back. That's on the ladies. Back a bit, please, Adel. Ball is in play.
Adel Zaruni now. Just pausing, just stepping away there. Is that nerves? Is he trying to calm himself down a little bit? And away we go. That's fine. He's just hit the
Ashok will be playing a provisional ball for his first
nasty bit of rough, but he'll be pleased that he'll be able to at least get a club on his second shot. Ashok Kumar of Arena Golfers. His opening tee shot at 10. Again, that's short, but it's on the green stuff, sitting up a little bit. Up to the 10th green now. Oh, and that's a lovely effort from Kalfan Al-Karbi. Just slides by on the right-hand side. This now, Brian Moulds for the English Roses. Kalfan Al-Karbi's putt just drifted off to the right a little bit. He's got to be wary of that. Oh, it just slips out. That's sickening. Sickening. Really thick here. If you do miss the fairway and you miss the first cut, you are really in the thick stuff. Difficult to get out, I would imagine. He's not going to try and hack it out of there. I think he'd be well advised to perhaps pick it up. I wonder what Ashok Kumar's going to decide here. It looks like he's going to try and get a club on it. Or maybe he can see most of the ball. Just get him back in play. That's all he needs to do. No heroics here, Ashok. Oh, he's caught it. Nonchalantly walks away. He must be happy. Gurbak Singh there, about to take his second shot. It would be a wonderful effort from him if he could get on the green. 17 handicapper. I'm cheering for him anyway. Come on, Gurbaks. That just needs to slow down. Just slow down. Just stop there. Yes, it did. Well, it's going to be a tricky little chip, but he's got every chance of getting up and down. Now, Rohit Kaushal. How far he's got to get to the green. Not a bad lie. Out it comes. He's got himself back in play. And that's wise, really. You know, sometimes you can stand there and thinking, oh, I'll just slice it round the tree and land it on the green. It's just not going to happen. Just get yourself back in play. Give yourself a chance of an up and down for a par, but you take a bogey at this point. Okay, let's go back to the 10th tee.
Playing
Zubair
representing
there.
Asian Jumbos, Wayne Platts.
He's playing against Wayne Platts. The Asian Jumbos, both really good golfers, both playing off scratch today. Just looking at him, you'd expect Wayne Platts' drive to go a mile.
Match in the Eagle mini series here today, representing Dubai Tigers, Jayshree Gupta.
And our ladies match, Jayshree Gupta representing Dubai Tigers. Great to see the ladies playing their part as they.
Playing Jayshree representing.
She gets the BBC golf theme as the walk-on music, isn't that the ultimate walk-on music? And she's playing against Melissa Williams. She's playing for the English Roses. Melissa playing off 9 and Jayshree playing off 7 this afternoon. And I watch them with huge interest, of course. The Eagle series, welcome to male and female players. I think it's going to be Zubair off first.
This is the 16-10 match. Match 9, representing MENA golfers, number 2 on his shirt, Zubair Firdaus.
He's our youngest competitor, Zubair. Really good golfer. He's actually a junior squad member right here at the European Tour Performance Institute at the Jumeirah Golf Estates. A real talent. Expect this to go a long way. Oh, a lot of power he got behind that one.
Shot shift. Oh, sorry, Zubair.
I imagine that's bouncing
representing Asian Jumbos,
a long way down there.
Wayne
what a tee shot. That's the longest so far of today. He's just going to have a little wedge into the green from there. Now, Wayne, what can you do? You see your playing partner smoke one down the middle. Is he going to try and put a little bit more into this? Just the mind games start already.
Now to our
might be going
match,
a bit right, that
10.
one. Oh no, there it is.
The championship tees
It's
all
not
the
as
way
far
around.
as Zubair, but it's
10
excellent nonetheless.
14. On the tee representing Dubai Tigers, Jayshree Gupta.
Loves her golf, does Jayshree. She's played a lot of courses. Played at the Belfry a couple of times. And she's won events at the Emirates Golf Club as well. And she's a lawyer by trade. Let's see her command of the golf ball. That looked to be a good swing, looked to be good contact.
On the tee representing English Roses, Melissa Williams.
Now Melissa Williams, she's a member of the Els Club for a couple of years. Also a member of the UAE Desert Roses Golf Society.
Are level, no ups or downs, no shots, no handicaps, all level.
As we heard there from Nick, it's all square with those matches, no shots given. Okay, up to the green on the 10th. This is Roshit Kaushal. Just dribbling one down there. Stop, 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 stop. Gerbak's just moving his marker out the way so that Rohit can try and finish off here. Getting a bit of caddy's advice as well. Flag still in for the short putt. Still unusual to see, isn't it? This may drift off to the right. Oh, it is just lipped out as well. Didn't move. Here we go to the 10th fairway. Jayshree Gupta, her approach, don't know if she's happy with that or not. A confident walk, I think. Back to Gerbak's now. Here's putt on the 10th green. This may well be a par putt here for Gerbak's, which would be a terrific start to him and his round. In you go, son. Oh, that's a great putt. Well done, Gerbak's. 17 handicap, not a bit of it. So now the flag taken out. A bit of conversation there on the 10th.
Thank you.
Just wonder if they're playing out of order.
Graham Glynn and Jay Tostovic to the 10th tee, our first hole today.
Ashok Kumar trying to finish up his first putt from just off the green. Too strong, went well past. He's going to have to judge this one downhill. Turn. Oh. And he's picking up. So it looks like Rohit Kaushal has won that for the Asian Jumbos. Now back in the fairway, Wayne Platts with his little gadget there to give him a yardage. He's well down there, just didn't run into that muddy section, dried area. I think he's still on a decent turf, getting some advice as well about his approach. You can see the sweat already. Do not underestimate how hot and humid it is out there. It's going to really come into play in the latter holes. Tiredness will creep in, definitely. Nice easy swing from Wayne. Did he judge it right? Now then, after that huge tee shot from Zubair, this is just a little clipper. Just get it in there, get it tight. And this is already a birdie opportunity for Zubair. Bit of a breeze out there. Let's just see Zubair's approach shot here. Oh, it's a wonderful shot. That's the best approach shot we've seen so far today. And he's got that left for birdie. Back to the 10th tee.
Abu Dhabi Roars, number 4 in his shirt, Graham Glynn.
Abu Dhabi Roars there, getting Eye of the Tiger as their walk-on music. I think Dubai Tigers missed a trick there.
Finally for these matches, on the tee representing European semis, Jay Tostovic.
And the European series, Jay Tostevin, he was just playing and had to step in as captain now at late notice, so a lot more pressure on his shoulders. And these are matches 11 and 12.
It's going to be Sanjay, Waleed, Graham and Jay. Just wait for me to announce. Ready? This is the 16-20 match, match number 11, representing Indian Lions, Sanjay Raina.
He's a media professional, Sanjay Raina. Started playing golf in 2004. And he's got his handicap down to 11, and he gave that a mighty whack.
On the tee, representing Emirati players.
Oh, and he's got
Waleed
just desserts as
Al-Attah.
well. Lovely tee shot for Sanjay. Gets his afternoon off to the perfect start. He's playing Waleed Al-Attah for the Emirati players. He's playing off 10, so just one shot better than his opposite number today, but they're playing off scratch against each other.
Well, Waleed, that's a level match. They start level. Match play singles.
That's just
and
bouncing
no shots.
beautifully as well.
Match 12, representing
So
Abu Dhabi
match
Roars,
11,
number
both
4 on his
safely
shirt, Graham
in the fairway.
Glynn.
Now Graham Glynn for the Abu Dhabi Roars. Handicap of 7. He's going to give one shot away to his opposite number, Jay Tostevin, today. He's just got one more tee shot for this match.
7, Graham, 7. On the tee, representing
That's
European
another
series.
terrific
Jay
tee shot from
Tostevin.
Graham Glynn. Still going. No pressure, Jay. Playing off 11. From the Channel Islands, Jersey. He's been in the UAE for 20 years as Jay. Loves his golf. Can he match the other
Off
three
the
in the
back,
group and hit the
talk to
fairway?
it. With the handicap differential of Graham off apparently 7.
He's just
and
going to
Jay
slip
off
in
11.
to the
Jay
sand
is
there.
1 up as we go off the 10th tee. Graham
Yes.
is 1 down.
Well
Play
back,
all.
so he's fine. Now, up to the fairway. And this is Jay Sri Gupta. And that's a very fine shot. Well controlled. Now, Wayne Platts. This must be his 3rd shot. So he'll be wanting to get up and down. He's playing against Zubair Firdaus, and he's got a birdie putt coming up, so up against it already is Wayne. That's stopped dead. That's good. He'll have that for par. Tricky putt though, downhill, a little bit right to left. Now, Melissa Williams, over on the left-hand side, she's got a really tricky shot here. I don't think she has to go over the bunker. Or maybe she does actually, just the edge of the bunker. Bounces it really well. Just needed to get it a bit higher, really, I think, to try and stop it. But that's gone on a lot further than she would like. But she was in a tricky position. Had a tricky lie over there as well. So it's difficult for her to get the contact on the ball that she probably would have wanted. And she'll be happy to get away with a 2-putt from that distance. Just waiting in the fairway for the 10th green to clear. Jayshree Gupta now. Lovely little chip over the front bunker. Stopped it under the hole. We've already seen this putt a couple of times. I think everybody thinks it's going from left to right, and it tends to just stay left. We've seen a couple of lip outs already from here. Drop. Oh, just slips by on the right side. Good pace on it though. Didn't get the score she wanted, but she'll be pleased that she's finished the opening hole with no major damage. Now, Melissa, can she finish a 2-putt off here? Left the first one a bit short. Oh, and that just by the left-hand side as well. So that's a win for the hole for Jayshree Gupta there, and Dubai Tigers. Now, Zubair Firdaus just overshot his birdie putt. This now for par. Cleans up nicely. You see they are opposite teams, but obviously enjoying each other's company. Back in the fairway here. Looks like he's taking a real swipe at it, doesn't he? Sanjay Raina, where's that one ending up? Unconfirmed. Now, Walid Al-Attar. Got a hybrid out there. Again, didn't make the green. There it is, just rolling on the fairway. So now, Jay, for the European Sevies. Unfortunate to hit, and he's gone from sand to sand. You have to get up and down there for his part. It's a really good opening hole for this Emirates Amateur Golf League mini-series. It's not very tricky, but it does ask you to hold your nerve off the tee. And we've seen so far, everyone who's hit the fairway has had a decent shot at par or better. You miss the short grass and you pay the price. Graham Glynn now for Abu Dhabi Roars. Great tee shot. Creeps on the green. That's a good shot, pin high. He'll have that for his birdie. I think we're going to go back to the 10th tee. Our penultimate match about ready to go. It includes the UAE number 1, Khalid Youssef.
Golfers with the number 1 on his shirt, Craig Evans.
Craig Vance, he's playing off scratch today. He's an excellent golfer. I think you'll find that may be well down
On the
there.
tee, representing Asian Jumbos, Paul Murnahan.
Now Paul Murnahan. From Ireland. He's a real sportsman, played a lot of Irish GAA football and soccer, and started playing his golf seriously when he arrived in Dubai 15 years ago.
This is match 14, representing Indian Lion Sabi Baji.
Now Sabi Baji playing off +2 is his actual handicap, so he'll be playing against the UAE number 1. He started playing golf when he was just 6 years old at the Abu Dhabi City Golf Club. And he's won quite a few events. He's won the Egypt Junior Masters. He's won events at Sadia. He's won events in India as well. Excellent golfer, Sabiq. Look forward to watching him today.
Yeah, great job.
On the tee, former UAE national golf champion, representing Emirati players, number 1
Just drifted off to the right, just misses the fairway.
Yusuf.
But that'll be fine. Here he is then. Khalid Yusuf. He's got a number 1 on his shoulder, and that's double meaning there. The number 1 player in his team, and he's the UAE's number 1. Great to have him with us. Expect this to be long and straight.
Both matches
He's
are
got
off
left
level.
though. It's just drifted
No
into that
one-ups,
fairway
no
bunker.
one-downs, no
Unexpected
handicap
there
shots.
from
Play well,
Khalid.
gentlemen.
Let's look up to the green now, ahead of them. Now, there's a birdie putt for Graham Glynn. What a way to start this would be. He's got a turn at the end. Oh. Good effort. Just finish off for his par. Well played. Good first hole for Graham. Now the European Sevi's captain, Jay Tostevin. He's got a tough ask today. He plays off 11. Graham plays off 7. So he knows he's got to be at his very best today. Sends the putt downhill. Is it going to turn? No. And we've seen that a lot already this afternoon. Runs on, and that putt coming back up again. And he can't do better than Graham Glynn, so that's the hole for Abu Dhabi Roars. Now Sanjay Raina. Overshot his first putt there. That's not going to turn. We've seen that a few times. He's going to pick that up, Sanjay. It's interesting watching the amateurs and their putts. Difficult to judge. That just slips out as well, because how many of those have we already seen? Just not dropping on the first for our players today. It's interesting watching the different styles of putts. You want to take your time, you want to be patient, but it's hot and humid out there, so you can get impatient. Also the greens, they're not fast in terms of a professional event, but they're certainly faster than a lot of these players would have played before. So at least first hole done for that match. They'll move on to the 11th. Back in the fairway though. Matches 13 and 14. Paul Monahan there, just waiting to take his second shot for the Asian Jumbos. He'll be pleased with that tee shot. Sadiq Baji, high in the air. Oh, gets the nice bounce and just rolls onto the green. That's a good shot. He'll be pleased, Sadiq. Tee shot just went a bit right, but he's recovered nicely. He'll have that for his birdie. Now, back to Paul Monahan. Doesn't waste any time. I think that could be just short there. Now here's the UAE number one, Khalid Youssef. Just pulled his tee shot left a bit. See the top of his head, there's the ball. Now, I think he was just a bit too close to the front of that bunker. He didn't feel as though he could get near the green. Safety first, he'll have to try and get up and down for there. Meanwhile, Craig Vance faces the same problem. Got to catch it cleanly. I think we're about ready to get our final matches off today. Matches 15 and 16. Gary Webber for the Abu Dhabi Roars is taking on Rohit Gupta for the European Sevies. And Dubai Tigers' Alistair MacDonald against the English Roses' Paul Summerskill. And these are all four really good golfers in the low single handicaps, all of them. Okay, Nick Tarrant, our tournament director.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 1640 match, match 15, representing Abu Dhabi Roars, number 1 on his shirt, Gary Webber.
Started playing golf in 1990 when he joined the US Army, did Gary. Played on military bases. And even played in Colombia and Bogota 10 years ago when he was there.
Yeah, great job. Great job.
I say his favourite golfer, Freddie Couples.
Second player in
bit
match
of a similarity
15,
with the swing there.
European Sevies with the number 3 on his shirt,
It's a
Rohit
fancy
Gupta.
luminous ball, and it's a perfect tee shot. Now Rohit Gupta. Plays at the Emirates Golf Club in the scratch team there. He's won some singles events. He's actually done some caddying as well at the DP World Tour Championship and the Dubai Desert Classic.
One down in that match, and
Golf a big part of Rohit's life, and that's another fabulous drive.
EAGLE mini series here at the fire course.
Hit just the right side off the fairway. It will just slide back down onto the good stuff.
Alistair MacDonald.
Now, Alistair MacDonald. He's a member of the Emirates Golf Club. He's been in Dubai for a long time. 96 he arrived.
Number 2 on his shirt, Paul Summerskill.
And finally, Paul Summerskill. Our last tee shot off the 10th today. looked like a really good controlled swing from Paul.
Play well all. The time is now 4:42. The starter, Shiv and Sadesh finished their job
So
on time.
there we go.
Thank
We
you very
are
much.
now all underway here at the EAGL Mini Series event at the fire course here at the Jumeirah Golf Estates. Up to the 10th green then. Now Sadiq Baji here. This is for birdie. His tee shot just missed the fairway to the right, but really good recovery approach to this point. And this would be an early dagger in the heart of Khalid Youssef if this one goes in. For birdie then. It's tracking. Oh, it's just gone past on the right hand side. Again, just from that area down there, players seeing a lot more turn in the ball than there seems to be. So Sadiq in for par. I think Khalid Youssef, he'll have a putt to match that, but this is Craig Vance now. Sliding down the hill. It's not going to move right, Craig. It's going to stay left and keep going. Tricky. Do really need to try and keep this under the hole when you approach. Easier said than done, of course. So now, Khalid Youssef, he needs this. Otherwise, he's going to be a hole down. His par putt here. Firmly done, in it goes. Hole halved there. Great putt from Khalid Youssef. Now Paul Murnahan. Haven't seen many putts from this side of the hole. Oh, that's a great putt. Well played, Paul. So I think Paul is one up on Craig Vance. Sadiq Baji and Khalid Youssef will go to the 11th all square. Now then, Paul Summerskill missed the fairway by quite a margin. Oh, he's still walking, isn't he? That is in some nasty business there. He's going to have to get good contact on this ball. Let's see where it goes. Or maybe he's just trying to get back in play. I don't know if he's got a view of the green from there. Really was a wide tee shot there. Some really good tee shots. That's Rohit Gupta there and Gary Webber. It's going to be Rohit to go first. Bit of a breeze out there, but I don't think it's too strong. I don't think it's really affecting club choices at the moment. It is coming up to about 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. The breeze will pick up a bit, really, from now on. You can see some of the bushes and trees just waving in the background. So now, second shot. Rohit Gupta. Can he hit the green at least? Yes, he can. He's way over to the right. It's going to be two very tricky tee shots. Now Gary Webber. Can he do better? Looks to be on a better line. Oh, it is. What a shot that is. Wonderful from Gary Webber. That's easily the best approach for this afternoon on the 10th. He's going to have that for a very good opportunity at birdie. And here is where we are at the moment. Nathan Williamson 2 up on Mark Ricks. Deepak Jain also 2 up for the MENA Golfers against Bayer Khan. Robert Fiala for the Emirati players. He's 2 up as well. Zubair Ferdous 2 up against Wayne Platts. Jayshree Gupta in our ladies match. She's 2 up against Melissa Williams. And we're all square in all the other matches so far. To the 10th green then, as our last matches try to finish up. You can see Gary Webber's ball there. He's going over to mark it. What an excellent approach that was. He'll be sick to the stomach if he doesn't get a birdie out of that. Great shot. Alistair McDonald putting from off the green over on the left hand side there. We'll come back to him, I think. In the bunker though, Paul Summerskill. Oh, that's his third shot. But he missed the fairway by a wide margin to the right. His second shot landing in that greenside bunker. So he's got that lengthy putt for his par. It's not the start Paul Summerskill was after. Rohit Gupta. He knows really Gary Webber is in tight there for his birdie. Rohit Gupta really has to hold this. He's hit it firmly. Is it on target? Oh, good effort. It's drifted on. He had to have a go, didn't he? It's gone a long way past. You can just see there from that camera angle, you can see quite how much the green does slant from front to back. Now, Alistair McDonald. Much slower putt. And he hasn't really caught that at all. And he's left himself quite the second putt there. It's going to be a difficult one for him to convert. Now Paul Summerskill. This has to go in for his par. He's had terrible trouble off the tee. It's on its way. It's just going to drift past to the left and rolls on a little bit as well. How many putts have we seen from there today? Now Alistair McDonald for the Dubai Tigers, playing against Paul Summerskill. This really would win the hole. Go on, go on, go on. Just stops to the left. Soon we're going to have a special guest with me in the commentary booth very soon, I'm thinking. Now here's Rohit. And that's in the hole for Rohit there. He's cleaning up. Now here's the birdie putt for Gary Webber. Can he make it count? What a wonderful approach it was. Oh, and he's missed it, he's pushed it. Oh, how frustrating is that? What an opportunity for an opening birdie for Gary Webber. This now for bogey for Paul Summerskill. That's a great hole out for Paul. That's a tough opening hole for him. A puff of the cheeks and a smile as he comes off. Okay, so a lot of organisation behind the scenes here, and we're going to hear from one of the administrators behind the scenes.
Priya, as Mr. Agarwal said, this is a showcase event for the main EAGL series. You must have gone the extra step to make sure that all your sponsors who are involved over here, who are going to be involved in the main EAGL series as well, that they have been taken care of and all their expectations have been met.
The team sponsors today are very, very strategic. They've been chosen with great thought and background. Dubai Sports Council, who's approved this event, Emirates Golf Federation, who's a umbrella for golf here, and Dubai TV, for example, we know how important they are. So the sponsors have a particular role in mind, but this being, as you said, a showcase event, this will set the standard for the real sponsors when we bring them in for the EAGL main series, and it'll be a benchmark for what sponsored could expect out of this whole series.
Here's the live scorecard in our first match out. Nathan Williams still 2 up against Mark Ricks. Deepak Jain has given 1 back and now just 1 up over Bayer Khan. Kalfan Al-Kabi, Sunil Agarwal, all square. And really Zubair Ferdous 2 up against Wayne Platts. And Jayshree Gupta against Melissa Williams, also 2 up. Sanjay Raina, he's gone 1 up now against Walid Alatar. And now we're going to go to Gurbak Singh, one of our higher handicap players playing out here today.
First, you know that I have played Pro-Ams not only in UAE, in world over. I played in UK Wentworth, I played in US, I played at Valderrama in Spain. I usually don't have any butterflies. This format, when you're captain and your names are being announced and you have cameras, this could be pressure. But as a captain, I think I rather have to focus on the team and make sure that the team enjoys, they are clear, they stick to the job, and they're focused, and at the same time they enjoy.
Well, it's great to have players of really all different standards here. And we're great to see Gurbaks out there, our highest handicapper playing in the tournament this afternoon. Now we're back up to the 11th, and that putt just slides by. That was a difficult one there. I think he was expecting it just to drift in a little bit from the right. And Paul Murnahan walks off a little bit disgruntled with that one. Now Khalid Youssef. And he's just missed that one as well. Frustrating opening couple of holes for Khalid Youssef. Okay, now we're going to have a little insight on some of the holes today. And this is from the director of golf here. And he's just going to show us how a couple of these holes should be played.
So hole 11 on the Fire course, one of the most challenging par 3s on the golf course. It's normally playing about 250 yards, but today for the amateurs they're playing at 174 yards off the signature tees. So they'll be hitting in long irons. Some of them might even be hitting in rescues onto the green. The pins cut right down on the back right of the green, so quite difficult to get at, and a par here is certainly a good score.
There we go. That's a little insight in how you're supposed to be playing the 11th hole here at the Jumeirah Golf Estates. So everyone's now clear of the 10th green and they've moved on to the course. Everyone's out there scoring. Some scores have gone a bit better than others so far. A long way to go there. Match play, of course, remember, 9 holes here and all 8 teams out now on the course. We're going to go back to the 11th. We're just going to see an approach shot. And that one just drifts off to the right. But still have a good chance to up and down from there. Now, I'm delighted to say we just watched the tee shot on 11. Our first look at the par 3. Just over 170 yards today. That's pretty good. That's under the hole. It's a birdie putt coming up at least. Safely on board. Back to the tee. Playing 174 yards today. Stroke index 16. This is Paul Summerskill. Just a bit long, just over the back of the green. But he'll certainly be able to get a putter on that. The man in charge of the Jumeirah Golf Estates, Ismail Sharif. It's wonderful to see you in the commentary booth. How are you feeling about this EAGL event? It's the first time we've had amateur golf really televised, and it's here at the Jumeirah Golf Estates.
It's very excited to be here, first of all, amongst all our friends that they are playing in this tournament. I know at least 80% of them, or I play with them, or we had a chat, and some of them, they are very close friends of mine. Today I have 2 roles. Now I'm sitting as managing director of Jumeirah Golf Estate with you, but actually I'm also the captain of Emirati's team, and I hope the boys are doing good. I hope they will not miss so short putt for birdies.
And your Emirati team, it's a pretty good team as well, isn't it? You've assembled there. You've obviously got Khalid Yusuf playing in there.
Yes, Khalid Yusuf, I remember I was the first person to give him a club in the hand when he was age of I think 9, when Khalid Yusuf started in Creek Golf Club. I remember his father brought him there, and I was working with him.
And now you see him as the UAE's #1. You must be proud when you see these young players get to the top. And where's the limit for him? He can go anywhere in the game, really?
Yes, they can go. If I started in age of 30 and turned professional, they can do much, much better than me.
Now let's turn our attention to the fire course itself. It's really the younger brother, younger sister of the earth course, only slightly. And people often feel that the fire course is slightly easier to play than the earth course. Would you agree with that? They're 2 very different courses, aren't they?
It's 2 different courses. Each course have its own character.
Yeah.
And fire is having its own character. Always I say, the good golf courses is the golf courses when you play once, you remember the holes.
Yeah.
If you go in the course and you play, and still you struggle after a few rounds to remember the hole, that's something wrong with the hole.
Yeah.
Fire is, I think, is one of the best golf courses ever I played.
Really? I mean, it's a fantastic course because it's tricky, but it's not overly tricky to get round. For these amateurs, they know exactly what they have to do. I mean, it's a simple game, fairways and greens, but really fairways is the premium here on the fire course, isn't it? You always have a chance at scoring well if you've hit the fairway off the tee.
Of course, all of us we know if you place the ball in the fairway, half of the job is done. And especially for the amateurs right now, they are playing. I wish best for all of them. And I think there is also some pressure on them. Your first time you're playing, you the live coverage. If I was there, I was shaking a little bit too.
We were talking earlier about those first tee nerves. They're bad enough anyway when you play on a course and you're playing in a match play event, but to have the cameras staring at you at the same time, they all looked relaxed, but inside they did have Shiv Kapoor there to help calm them down a little bit, but still the nerves would have been off the charts.
I agree with you. I can go back a little bit. 1994, first time I went to play Pro-Am, and I was choose to play with the legend Ernie Els. I was in hole number 16. I needed to hit my tee shot, and because we was the first Emirati team to play, 3 Emiratis with him, we had a cameraman from Khalij Times who was trying to take some pictures. You know, I'm lefty. I tell him move a little bit this side. He said it's okay, okay. But I done so low slide shot, went so close to him. This was the first and last time I saw him in the course. He never come close to me, believe me. And that was the pressure of the people like Ernie when you play with him.
Fantastic. We're just going to look at the 13th green here where our ladies matches. Ismail, I just wonder, talk to us about this green. You know these greens so well. Is there something that these players need to look out for on this particular green, 13?
13 green is size-wise is is a little bit larger than the rest of the green. They have 2 level of the green. You want to be shorter than the pin. You don't want to deposit because downhill is a little bit fast and
So
tricky.
Melissa Williams here, she's got a tricky putt, hasn't she? She's going downhill.
Let's see.
Let's see, cross fingers. She's got to pace it right. Is that just going to hit? Oh,
Yes,
it's a
you
beauty.
see it? Okay, we give them some advice, I think.
I tell you, they must have been listening to you. There must be a speaker out there on that green. Good advice, Ismail. Oh, look how delighted she is as well, Melissa. So it's good to see, obviously, that we've got ladies involved as well. Everyone's playing off the same, almost scratch. A couple of players are giving each other some shots, but pretty much everybody is playing their matches off scratch as well today.
It's a great format, you know. We need actually this type of tournament. If you look at it overall in the golf industries, sooner and later, if we want to make this business sustainable, we need to find a different way. It's not always with the professional game it's coming. Young generation is coming. The kids that are born these days with mobile phone, how we can encourage them to come and pick up this golf. You know, this is what we need to focus at.
Yeah.
And we need to come with the different ideas. I think it's great to host here in Jumeirah Golf Estate. It's great tournament for amateurs. They will look forward to be part of these teams and give a chance for growth of the game.
Absolutely, this is it's one of those things that in the build-up to this event, a lot of people have been saying, well, why hasn't this happened before? This seems like an obvious idea to get the amateurs out there, but make it televised and give them the full European Tour experience, really.
You see, the game was always controlled by PGA and European Tour. For them, they come to UAE 33 years ago. 1988 we had the first tournament here. But, sorry, I want to be very straightforward. during these periods, they come only once, come in and out, bring us tournament and go. They will never involve themselves for growth of the game amongst expat living in UAE or UAE nationals.
Yeah.
And this type of event definitely will help the growth of the game.
We just saw Wayne Platts there. He needed that putt. He's 3 down at the moment. He's struggling already early on. And remember, they're only playing 9 holes today. So when you go 3 down already, you really do need to get your skates on and get back into the game. So thank you very much, Ismail. Really appreciate you coming in and talking to us.
I need to thank you guys for coming here and giving us the chance. And thank you very much.
Our pleasure. Thank you for letting us use your beautiful course out there. It's fantastic. Go and enjoy the rest of the day. I think Shiv Kapoor is going to come and join me very shortly here. What a wonderful, lovely to speak to Ismail there. He's the man in charge of the Jumeirah Golf Estates, loves his golf, and he's absolutely delighted to have this event here. Now we're back to Gurbaksh Singh, our highest handicapper. He's trying to move on. He's played pretty well actually in the opening few holes. I'm delighted to say now we do have our superstar in the house, Shiv Kapoor. We'll just watch this putt go in. I don't want Shiv to put him off. Oh, well done, Gurbaksh. Wonderful stuff. Shiv, great to see you. Great that you stayed out there on the 10th tee for so long. You must be extremely hot after all that. Your general feelings about this event, just approaching it, you only sort of found out about it quite recently, and thank you so much for coming along. Just your general thoughts about this event. It's a bit of a step up for amateur golf, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks, Graham. It's good to be here. I will say personally as well, I felt the nerves on the first tee. I felt the butterflies in my stomach, so I can't imagine what all the amateurs must be going through. And I got to chat to all of them, and each and every one was really amped and excited about the format, and they've never been live on TV before,
Yeah.
so that was really, you saw some, for the most part, pretty good tee shots off the first tee, but there was a few nervy ones, and they got a feeling of what it's like to be in a European Tour event or a Ryder Cup event, and that's really what the crux of all this is about, to give the amateurs the feel of a proper European Tour event on home soil.
Now moving up to the 16th green. Shiv, I was interested what were you saying to the players on the tee? Is there something that works to calm them down just before they hit that tee shot, or do you just try and take their mind off it a little bit of joking, a little bit of banter?
I think it's the joking and the banter that relaxes you. If you get too much of a tense atmosphere, I had the chance to work with Dr. Bob Rotella, one of the greatest golf psychologists, and he always tried to get me to be relaxed before the first tee. He'd crack a joke to me before I'd step on the first tee at the US Open,
Yeah.
for example. So that was kind of the feeling, to make them feel like it's just a Pro-Am or just another tournament, but it's not just another tournament.
No. Okay, so here we are on the 16th. Shiv, you know how to putt. You're pretty good at the putting. So just talk about the simple mistakes that you see amateurs making. I mean, that one's obviously gone wide and it's short as well. I think if it was overall, is it just the lack of concentration when you get on the green? You're so happy to be there in 2 shots. Is that what it is? Is that the biggest mistake you often see on greens like this?
I think reading greens is an art, and it's something very, very difficult to sort of do, especially greens at fire. I find them very, very hard to read, and above that, I think they got to 14
Back to the 14th now, 138 yards. Quite sure where that one's ended up.
Going back to putting though,
Yeah.
I think a lot of putting is speed, and what I notice with the amateurs is they peak very early. The head comes up early, they're anxious, they're trying to hold the putts, and that's what classic example of what happened on 16, where the putt comes up short more often than not. So the one advice that I always give is work on your pace of your putting. You can have the perfect line, but if you don't have the right speed, it's never going to go in.
Here's Melissa Williams now off the 14th in our ladies match, taking a bigger club obviously, Has she got over there? Even though we see that large amount of water, it's only really the left-hand side of the water, Shiv. But again, another, oh, that's a great shot by Melissa. She's managed to hit the green. A lot of amateurs would say mentally that's the problem. I see the water, even though I shouldn't really be anywhere near it with my club. I should be well over. Mentally, I see water, the ball magnetized to go into it.
Well, I think it's, 14 over here is a classic case of where water is used as a, intimidation. It's not really in place, especially given a back left flag. But because the flag is, even though the flag's on the left, when you see the water on the right, the tendency is to play away from it. And it's just pure visual intimidation. Though Jayashree is pretty good with the fairway woods, tell you that. She is very, very impressive with these clubs.
Has she hit the green? Unclear at the moment, but we've got at least 2 on board there. And there is it's up to 16 now. Again, what do you see there, Shiv?
So it's a setup really, as you saw how early the eyes went when he was trying, he was looking up before the ball had even reached the hole. So, in these putts specifically, it's really just about hearing the ball go in rather than watching the ball go in.
There's a bit of a train of thought of those kind of putts of closing the eyes and putting straight in. Do you buy into that theory?
Absolutely. I think if you can, because more often than not, you want to peek and you want to see the result, and that's usually your undoing.
Into the buggies here. Thankfully they've got buggies. Walking would have been a lot to ask of them today. Just talk about the heat as well while they're out there. It's oppressive, humid conditions. For you professionals out there, you wouldn't be pleased playing in this, but for amateurs, it's as we get to the latter half of the matches, and we're just seeing the live scorecard here. As we get to the latter half of the matches, it's going to really affect their concentration, isn't it?
I mean, they all seem very keenly contested, all pretty close, can go either way at the moment. Obviously, the heat is a big factor, but the 9-hole sort of T20 version of golf, you've got to be ready from the first shot. You don't get any time to play yourself in. They always say the tournament, major championships begin on the back nine on Sunday, and this is literally the back nine on Sunday. But we are getting to a position now where some of the matches will probably be coming to the press and the bonus point. And
well, I just was going to ask you, a lot of people will be going, well, what's the press? Any lay viewers of golf who probably not deep and nerdy into the game like we are. What is the press and how is it working today?
So simple, it's a 9-hole match. If the match finishes before the last hole, they go in for a bonus point match. For lack of a better word, it's a bonus point match. So even if you've lost your 2 points on the day, you have a chance to recover another point for your team. Or even if you won 2 points in the day, you have a chance to make that additional point for your team. So I think there's a lot to play for. You can get off to a bad start, but it still gives you a chance to sort of redeem yourself. And if you're having a hot day, it gives you a chance to give you 3 points for your team. So lot on stake, and in a 9-hole match, you've got to be on it from the first shot.
It just keeps the match going right to the 18th green as well, which is, a key thing. It's match play when we watch Ryder Cups and Walker Cups and Solheim Cups, matches finish on the 13th, 14th, 15th, but this just makes sure everybody plays 9 holes, and like you say, on the 18th, they're still putting for something at least.
Yeah, there's drama and there's nerves. Like they felt the nerves on the first tee, I guarantee you they'll be feeling the nerves when they get to the 18th green, You've seen professionals miss short putts on the 18th, so it'll be very interesting to see when these matches roll down the last hole, and with all the points at stake, it's going to be makes up for a great finish.
This is Sanjay Raina now sending his putt. Nice pace on that. Just needs to turn. It's not going to. It's a pretty good approach putt. He'll be happy to get away with 2 putts there, I'd imagine.
Yeah, that's a tricky green. It doesn't do justice to it on television, but there's a big slope there. Severely downhill putt and very, very well judged.
And like you were saying earlier about putting pace is the key, isn't it, really? It's unlikely, let's be honest, it's unlikely you're going to hole it, so you want to ensure that the 2 putt is not going to turn into a 3 or 4 putt.
I think you also have to be realistic with your expectations, from sort of 15-20 foot range, it's sort of 1 out of 10. Yet you look at amateurs, when they miss a putt, they stand up there and look They can't believe they missed it. So, you know, the only putt that you're supposed to hole is inside of 3 or 4 feet. Outside of that, you know, from 6 feet, the statistics are 50 to 60%, and going up to 10 feet, it's almost 10%. So, you know, a putt like this, he should hold 1 out of 10. If he holds this, this would be a bonus.
What's going to happen with this one, Shiv?
Should break a little bit left to right. The slope is going to take it, and a little bit downhill towards the end.
Oh, he did go left to right, but more than he had played for as well. Hit it firmly though. That's confident, isn't it?
I think the greens are rolling at a pretty good speed today, faster than the amateurs are normally used to. So that's another consideration. You know, it's not meant to be easy. You know, this is a 9-hole shootout. You got to be on your game, and you know, putting is as much a challenge.
Obviously, you know, we're in the middle of June here in Dubai, and a lot of golf courses are going through their sort of summer renovations, would you say, and reseeding a little bit. The greens and fairways are beautiful. There's quite a few brown areas around the edges. What is it that they're doing to the course? They, you know, every year they have to do this to get ready for the latter part of the season.
Well, to be fair, if you look at the temperatures at the moment, it's remarkable that they have the course in the condition that they have it. The greens are rolling, you know, 11 to 12 on the stemp meter, which is unheard of for this time of the year. But just with the heat, they have to protect the course so the grass doesn't die out. You know, we have a very oppressive summer here, and 2 to 3 months of it, so you have to do your best to protect it. And come sort of September, you know, the course is in pristine shape.
That was Graham Glynn just cleaning up there. That's a very tentative effort with a putt there, Shiv.
I think a 3-up lead, and she's protecting a little bit, and the tendency is to get a bit tentative when you're in the lead and you're trying not to make mistakes. The key is to stay positive and stay aggressive and keep doing what got you to that position.
There's Melissa's approach putt. Now we're just going to have a look at how 16 should be played. I think we'll get back to the flyover for the 16th a bit shortly as we watch the clean up here on the green. A lot of you see amateurs, they just miss the green, Shiv, and they're just off by 5 feet, and the temptation is always to get the putter out, but we watch the pros and you almost never get the putter out. But would you advise amateurs to always get the putter out if they possibly can?
Yeah, you know, you want to get the ball on the ground, you want to get it rolling, give yourself more margin for error. The rule of thumb is usually, you know, is your worst putt going to be better than your worst chip? And if that's the answer, then you go with the putt. If it's not, then you need some exceptional circumstances, you know, if there's rough in between or there's a lot of grass in between you and the start of the surface, then I wouldn't advise it. But more often than not, the best way to gauge that is my worst putt going to be better than my worst chip?
So here's Jay Shree now. And that first putt, I think it was a putt, we didn't actually see her. She may have been chipping from off the green herself. It was a chip, so she's left herself with quite a bit of work here. Is this fairly straight, Shiv?
This should go left to right. It is uphill. It's slower than you think, so she needs to give it a good wrap. The grain is growing towards the water, and this is straight up the hill, so needs to be given a good hit.
Well, she gave it a try, didn't she? It just goes from left and glances just on the right past the hole. But she's looked very steady out there, not panicking. Now this is crucial for Wayne Platts. He's already a couple of holes down to Zubair Firdaus.
Zubair is probably one of the finest amateurs in the Emirates. He's going on a golf scholarship to the United States. Practice a lot with Zubair. He's a long hitter off the tee for a slight guy, and he's got a great future ahead of him. So Wayne's got a tough match on his hands.
He's just missed it to the left as well. I think he's having a tough afternoon, is Wayne. Like you say, Zubair, really one of the young talents, and he's actually at the Institute here, I think, under the guidance of the team here. Now, just before we talk about that, we're just going to have a look at how you are now. Supposed to play hole number 16 here. Just come back to Zubair before we get that flyover. There he is, holding up. 4 up. Okay, let's have that flyover
Hole
now
16
of 16.
on the fire course provides a little bit of respite for the players today. It is one of the shorter holes at just 340 yards. Most of the players will probably hit a drive or maybe a 3-wood to lay up short of the bunker in the middle of the fairway there. It is quite a tight tee shot, so taking a slightly shorter club off the tee is potentially wise. Probably only a wedge into the green for most of these players. Pin today is going to be cut up the back of the green, so you want to get it right up to the back of the green and hopefully give yourself a chance of birdie.
Heading over now to the 15th green. I just wanted to talk about Zubair again, and so he's at the institute here at the Jumeirah Golf Estates. What are they doing with him? How does it work here? It's got every single gadget and item that you'd need to train a golfer. What's Zubair going through as he's here?
So, it's interesting you say that. I just got back from the United States, and my first sort of observation was the facilities that they have at Jumeirah Golf Estates, at the Els Club, and all the courses around Dubai are far superior to anything that I saw over there. And, our opinion was always, America is sort of the mecca of golf. Yes, the best golfers are there and there's a lot of information. But what's ended up happening in Dubai is places like Jumeirah Golf Estates and the Performance Center here. The facilities are second to none. You don't see driving ranges like this. You don't see gyms like this. So a person like Zubair, who's come here at a very young age, has been able to benefit from the facilities, from all the training that he can do. He's physically very, very fit. I've seen him in the gym. I've seen him hitting balls. So, for a little guy, he hits the ball a long way. He's been able to learn that skill over here. And he's probably one of the first few examples of a homegrown talent out of the UAE that's now taking his craft to the US.
And obviously the institute is being used to encourage and help young players like that, but also experienced pros like yourself. You use the facilities there. We know Henrik Stenson has used them there as well. So if you have that endorsement as well, don't you? It's not just for the young new players. You pros, you want to come and use this stuff as well. Yeah,
I'd say, a fair number of the European Tour players call Dubai home now. And I think personally as well, I moved here 2 years ago because the facilities were so fantastic. And golf-wise, I think this is the mecca of the East. This is the best we have in Asia. The weather from October to April is second to none. This is the best place to be. And like I said, the golf courses and the facilities, it's only a matter of time before they really develop some homegrown champions when you have such great setup.
Okay, I think we're going to now move on to the 18th, where our first match is all square coming up the 18th. That's what we want. That's what EAGL wants. We want these all square games coming up the last as we watch Gurbakh Singh walking off there. Smiles on his face. It's great to see 17 handicap and loving his day so far.
Probably the best 17 handicapper I've seen, though.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a bit curious when he's playing in a competition. What's he putting in? So we have quite a few groups that are all square.
The women's are here. The woman.
This is Paul Murnahan for the Asian Jumbos, sending his putt on the way. Oh, it just slides past on the right again. We've seen 3 or 4 like that now. Not many holing out. The hole, again, with the nerves and everything, the hole just seems to get smaller and smaller, doesn't it?
And typically for right-handed golfers, the left to right putts are the harder ones. And it seems like the last few putts we've seen have all been left to right breaking putts. And again, with the speed being what they are today, it's just throwing them off a little bit. But, amateurs are not supposed to hit perfect golf shots. I think that was the one thing I told all of them. We don't, professionals are lucky if we hit 3 or 4 perfect shots in a round. So, the expectation has to be, sort of tempered in a way.
I think over to just out of shot at the moment. Sabiq Baji is sending his putt. Oh, he's just gone on the right-hand side as well. Everyone's, I think, expecting it to just drift from the right to the left, and it's not moving.
Sabiq's another young kid, 16-year-old, started the game at the age of 6, worked hard. Ambition is to turn professional. Another example of somebody who's benefited from the great facilities and all the great tournaments that they get to play here in the Middle East.
And now we have Khalid Youssef. He wants that to turn, yes, straight in the middle. Lovely putt from Khalid.
former amateur champion of the Emirates. You can see why.
That's Chris May's approach to the 16th, I think, there. A lot of important, not just the young players that we're talking about, but a lot of important figures like Chris in golf, in Dubai, in the UAE, in the region as well. Significant bits of networking that can possibly go on as well. It's all these people as well behind the scenes that make these events happen and keep golf growing, especially here in the UAE.
Absolutely. We have Chris May, who's head of Dubai Golf, and then we have Adil Zarouni, the vice chairman of the Emirates Golf Association. We have San Al-Kabi, the owner of Abu Dhabi Golf Club. So, all the big heavyweights of Emirates Golf and the golf in the region are here supporting this event.
That's and that's gone straight in. I think that's the 14th green. Oh, I'd love to see who that was. As playing partners, you say well done, thank you, but inside you're absolutely gutted, aren't you?
Yeah, you got to put a smile on your face and give the golf ball back, but absolutely right. And that was quite a putt. 40-footer, uphill, left to right. Probably the hardest putt on the green, and just debunked my theory that left to right putts are hard for right-handed golfers.
That was Graham Glynn for the Abu Dhabi Roars, and if that hasn't won in the hole, I don't know what he has to do. What a putt that was. They played as well today, Shiv. The decision was made, although some areas just off the fairway maybe not quite perfect at the moment, but they've decided to play as the ball lies. There's no preferred lies. There's no pick and place, nothing like that. Do you agree with that? It just takes out any confusion, any arguments, I guess, but it doesn't help for amateurs if they've missed the fairway.
Well, to be fair, I remember asking this question to one of the R&A referees at the Open, and he looked at me and he said, "Son, you're playing an outdoor sport." So I think that sums it up.
There's your answer. You're absolutely right. On to the 18th tee now. All square this game. Coming up the last, Mark Ricks, captain for the English Roses. They played 8 holes. Can't be split up. What do we think of that drive, Shiv?
Just waiting to see where it lands. It looked like a good strike. Don't know if he's cleared the bunker. Mark's a solid player. It was always going to be a keenly contested match between Nathan and Mark, both very solid players. And as predicted, it's come down to the last.
So this tee shot, you do have to find the fairway. It's 525 yards overall, but the tee shot's key here, isn't it?
And given today, it's playing straight into the wind, so it's playing all of the number, if not more. It's probably hard to get home in 2 today, given how strong the breeze is. But a good layup here is just short, sort of right at the green to give you a good angle to a back left flag.
Well, looks like they both cleared it. They'll be quite happy with them, won't they?
Nothing separating these two.
So Deepak Jain 2 up against Bayer Khan, which means they are involved in a press now, you'd think. Just getting details of how they stand as he is about to take his tee shot. But he's already got points in the bag for the MENA golfers, Deepak Jain. Can he get an extra?
That's a good strike again. Yeah.
Well, that's done well as well, isn't it? Just get a nice lie. That would be the icing on the cake. Oh, it's just dropped down a little bit. Found a little bit of a divot. That might be tricky. Bayer Khan now.
You can see the cricketer in him.
He
Former
can,
cricketer.
can't you?
He's not going to hold back.
Oh, look to where is that disgust? He's walked off the tee box there. Not happy with himself.
I think when you're 2 down, you're not very happy. Especially when your opponents just hit it a perfect drive down the left center.
So we're now going to just pop back 1 hole, and we're going to take a look at 17 and the correct way to play it.
17 on the fire course, probably one of the best holes on the course. It's a challenging par 4, slightly uphill. normally in the afternoons, playing into the evening sun. So beautiful sunset they'll see behind the clubhouse. Driver off the tee for most players, trying to avoid this bunker on the left and probably just keeping short of the bunker on the right, leaving themselves with probably a medium to long iron into the green. It's 419 yards. A large, wide green up there. Today the pin is going to be cut right in the centre, fairly near the front of the green. Definitely not a birthday chance. Most of the guys will be trying to get out of there with a par or a net par, but an exciting hole to have on the 17th.
There's two great shots onto the 14th green. We looked at that a bit earlier. You're saying the water isn't really in play, but it's mentally a bit of a factor. Khalid Youssef in this group. So, Sadiq Baji, what's he playing here, Shiv?
I think the wind's hard off the left today. It's probably a 6 or 7 iron for him. You want to land this just short of the slope and let it kick on. If you land it all the way back, it catches the down slope and can feed off the back. So you want to sort of one hop it on there.
That's another good shot. Just wanted to get over that ridge, I think, didn't he? But just short of it.
It's on a good line. It's probably the easiest putt he's got.
So now Khalid Youssef. Let's see his approach at his tee shot at 14. Oh, we're just going to go over to the 18th fairway where the key games are reaching their key shots. Nathan Williamson, one of those 3 excellent drives. And that's fine, isn't it?
Perfect layup there for a back left pin. Left himself a good angle in. It's all going to come down to the short game, as they say. Drive for dough and putt for dough. I mean, drive for show and putt for dough. So they look like they're struggling with the heat, though. You can see it.
They will be really hot by now. But a bit of adrenaline, though, knowing they're all square, especially our first pairing there, all to play for. They're all chats now, but inside there's probably no love lost secretly at the moment. They'll all be friends afterwards, of course, and have a drink, but all square coming up the last, and there'll be tension inside. They look relaxed, but they're not, are they?
Like ducks. And you have to share a card with your opponent. You got to really be gentlemanly in this sport.
Got to say well shot when inside. It's like a knife in your stomach. Okay, now here's Deepak Jain. I think he's one up on the press as well. So he could be, with no huge mistakes here, he could be looking at taking maximum points away. He's changing his mind there. What's he thought there, Shiv?
I think he picked up the wrong club, really.
I thought there was some deep, meaningful reason for that. That's nerves kicking in. He's in a bit of a divot there. How's he going to get a clean strike?
I would just play that a little further back in the stance so you get a bit more of a descending angle of attack, so you get ball first.
Oh no, that's not the shot he wanted at all, is it?
He's given his opponent a chance now.
So Mark Ricks now, he's seen his opponent just lay up nicely. He's going to do the same, you'd think.
On for the high fade. That, unfortunately, is not a good spot to miss it. With the pin being in back left, he short-sighted himself. Coming out of the sand, it's going to be hard to get that close. So I definitely say advantage Nathan at the moment.
And he's going to have to hit that really cleanly as well out of there, isn't he, to get the distance and the ball flight that he wants on that. Yeah, so Nathan Williamson, not only driving the buggy, but he's in the driving seat to win that hole. Now this is also tricky. The ball's going to be above his feet a little bit.
I think he's just got to play the smart shot here, not try and take on too much, get it somewhere near the front and hope to get it up and down and make his par. The tendency from here is to, off a downhill, side hill lie, to try and hit the perfect shot and try and get it on. It's a very narrow entrance to the green.
Just seeing there on the graphic, Mark Ricks is actually one up coming up this last hole. So Nathan Williamson might be able to salvage a draw. It's dribbling, it's still dribbling. It's somewhere there.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Here we have hole 18 on the Fire course. Wonderful par 5 to finish, and certainly for the longer hitters in the field today, they'll be hoping to close out with a birdie. Most of the longer players will tend to hit it over these bunkers on the left-hand side, or this large bunker on the left-hand side, and hopefully get it running down the hill so that they could potentially hit the green in 2 at this 525-yard par 5. Shorter players tend to play out to the right off the tee, then lay up short of this bunker in the middle of the fairway, where they'll then be hitting maybe a 9-iron up the hill onto the green, but a good opportunity for those higher handicaps to make a net birdie and maybe steal a point at the end of the round.
So now we're at the approach at the 18th, and that's a good shot. That's a terrific shot. I wonder who that was.
That should be Bayer Khan's approach. He'd laid back a fair bit, and seems like his strategy is paying off on this hole, looking where Deepak's hit it. I think Bayer's in the driving seat here. A chance to reclaim at least half a point in this match.
Now we're live with Gerbacks. Oh, how many of them has he had today? The Fire course itself, Shiv, has lived in the shadow really of the Earth course for most of its life, for obvious reasons. You know, the DP World Tour Championship, big finale to the race Dubai is played there. But it's about time the Fire course got its own time in the sun, don't you think?
I think they're two very different courses. The Earth has been sort of targeted as a championship course, and Fire has been more the members course. But we had a tournament at Fire in December, the Golf in Dubai Championships, and you know, it was every bit a challenge as the Earth course is. The greens here have subtle slopes to them, and I think that's what's catching out most of the amateurs today. Very difficult to pick up. I personally found it very hard to read the greens. I think it's fairly generous off the tee, but the real challenge lies in the slopes and the greens, and just because it happens to be next to the Earth course, it's looked at as not a championship course, but anywhere else in the world it would definitely hold its own as a championship course.
That's Nathan Williamson's third shot, and he's done it really nicely. Now he'll have that for his birdie and possibly to level the match on the last.
I think given where Mark has hit it, Nathan's definitely in the driving seat there. He's going to do well to get it on the putting surface from the sand. He's well below the surface again. The camera doesn't do justice to how much of a slope there is.
Now there's a tricky shot. Oh, he's caught it, and he's going to go through the green, unfortunately, into the bunker. That was always going to be difficult. It's not the kind of shot you practice, is it?
Hopefully not. But this is the great thing of the format. You know, even though Deepak's wrapped up the main match in the press, the bonus point, there's a lot to play for, and gives Bayer a chance to at least reclaim half a point for his team.
So now here is Mark Ricks. Oh, I thought he just couldn't leave that short, and he has really needed a bit more on it.
There was your question of where you should be putting from. I think he tried to putt it there, and you see the ball bounce up. When you got the grass against you with the grain growing towards you, I would definitely not putt that from down there, because ball's not going to get a consistent roll. But again, the worst putt is better than the worst chip, and he's on the dance floor with a chance to hold a putt.
Back to the 18th tee now. It's also evident as well as there's obviously so many different swings out there, and you know, perhaps they're not as efficient as the professionals as you guys, but they get the job done. And I think the kind of thinking now, I think has it changed over the last decade? It's whatever works. whereas they used to be trying to be perfect. Adam Scott, Rory McIlroy, but now it seems to be the thinking is, if it works for you, just go with it.
Absolutely. There's many ways to skin a cat. You know, you see many different kinds of golf swings out there. They don't have to be textbook. What's important is you got to be good through the hitting zone, and it's got to be repeatable. Have a swing that's repeatable day in and day out.
And what about that one?
That's going a bit left. Kabir comes from a family of golfers. You know, his uncle was the Indian amateur champion. So he comes from pedigree of golfers. I think he'll be pretty disappointed with the result and with that shot in particular.
Well, there's Chris Nelson. They're all square coming up the last against Jack Gleeson. The tension will be there. Jack Gleeson's turned his head backwards there. I'm not sure about that, Shiv. I don't know if I agree with that.
No,
It's
not
like
my look.
hoodies as well. I'm not sure I'm happy about all these changes.
I think golf needs to be cool, right? It's for too long it's been a stiff and considered old man's game. It's time to get younger people in there. Shorts, you know, whoever thought the European Tour would allow shorts? You know, some of the old guys must be tossing in their graves thinking about that. And you know, but you know, hat backwards, yeah. There's certain things that should just stay. Traditions are traditions.
That was Nathan missing his putt on the 18th there, looking a bit despondent. I think he's might be thinking he's lost that match. No sign of that tee shot. Although we can see a couple just off the left again. Seems to be a popular spot off the tee.
Well, it's just that fairway slopes severely right to left and downhill, so it's hard to keep it on that fairway without risking running into the trap on the right. So that's always going to be a very popular spot.
Jack Gleeson now. Looks quite happy. Oh, he's picked up his tee early. That's a good sign.
Bit of swagger in there. That's Bayer Khan on 18, hopefully for the half point.
He's taking a provisional there after his first one went way left. And that's a beauty. That's where you want to be, isn't it?
Unfortunately, no second serves in golf.
Always the way with your second off the tee. It's always a beauty.
As much a mental test as a physical test golf is, and you know, you can see that how often you hit the putt for the second time and it goes in, just takes the pressure off, doesn't it?
So here's now Deepak on the last, and this will be to win the press as well, I think.
Uphill, right to left, wants to fall more left than you think. Got to give this good speed as well.
Just too tentative, wasn't he?
It's hard to see the break there, but knowing from past knowledge, you know, that putt breaks more than you think.
You often see the amateurs leaving them short more than long. You'd think in a way it would be the other way around, wouldn't you? That amateur putts would drift long mostly. But that match is now finished on the 18th.
First group in the books. And this is the last game of the day.
Oh no. Now, is that the wrong club, or did he just not catch it right?
That's Jack Gleeson in that match that's all square, just trying to bite off more than he can chew, not giving enough respect to the lip of the bunker. It looks like he's given up in that match, hasn't he?
And that is frustration personified, isn't it? When you just hit your shot and it doesn't work out, and then you take your second shot so quickly when you need to just step back, take a breath, think about things.
You know, all square in the match, coming down the last, all your hard work sort of undone. It's a hard pill to swallow, but maybe next time around with the hat on front.
See, well, I didn't want to say that the hat may be the key there. And now his playing partner has got to say, oh, that's a shame. But inside he's going, yes, there's a point.
I think we can notch up that extra bonus point for Abu Dhabi Roars there.
Okay, we're going to cross over to Claire, who's on the 18th with our first players coming off the green there. Now he needs to calm down here, doesn't he? He needs to just get himself safely on the green, not overheat mentally. Okay.
Okay, Mark, congratulations, our first game won. So you won up coming down the last.
Yes.
Then talk us through it.
Well, I have to give Nathan a whole before we go on the handicap, so I thought, well, I'll just go and join it. And he's a really good player, and I think I went 2 down at one point, but unfortunately I was in the last 4 holes, so it was very close. He had some bad luck to be fair, otherwise it could have been a different result. But take 2 points for the English Roses on the opening game is great, and I hope we can build on that. I'm sure Melissa, Paul and Brian, my teammates, are out there doing business too. So it's been great, and I've made a new friend, so that's it.
Oh, very sporting. Thank you, congratulations.
We go back to the fairway on the 18th. Chris Nelson. This looks like his second shot. Iron here as well, Shiv. We've seen everybody else taking a longer club for this layup, but
You know, Chris is a big boy and a big hitter, but I think he might just be laying up, playing safe, given Jack's out of the hole, playing for position, doesn't want to make a big mistake. Sensible thing to do, really.
and he certainly achieved that. Like you say, no risks needed to be taken. Nobody going for it in 2. Is it just out of range?
I think with the wind the way it is today, 525 into the wind, it's playing more like 550 or 560, and the second shot plays severely uphill as well. So it's going to be 2 good whacks to get there. There's a couple of guys in the field that could do it, Zubair being one of them, and a couple more I would presume. But it's for the vast majority, it's a 3-shot hole. It's more about position and giving yourself a good angle into the flag.
Nathan, I hear commiserations are in order, but I hear it was a very close match and you made a good friend.
Yes, Mark was a great guy. Really enjoyed it. Fantastic day.
Yeah. Oh, great. Well, commiserations, but it was fun out there, yeah?
Yeah. I got a little bit unlucky. Chipped in on 11, which was fantastic. Put me a couple ahead. Got unlucky on 17, plugged in the bunker. And Mark held a great putt on 18 to win.
Yeah.
So well done to Mark and a great day.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Back to the fairway of the 18th. There's Chris Nelson, sorry. He's should be cruising to the win here. Jack Gleason had terrible trouble, missed the fairway, and then had a real nightmare trying to get out of the fairway bunker. So Chris really just has to keep things steady, and he should be fine. That's a really well judged approach. Lovely stuff from Chris Nelson. Kalfan Al-Karbi now. Way back in the fairway. That was a good tee shot, as it turns out. He's in fine shape. Now, this is a tricky little shot, isn't it? He's got lots of undulating ground in front of him. Oh, he's played it beautifully. Beautiful shot there. Now, what's he got here with this putt? Is there a bit of a shoulder that he has to get over there? Just not enough on it as well. Just comes up a bit short as well. Tricky to get that one. What have you thought of the pin positions today? They haven't been trying to trick it up too much, have they really? Probably a few sleepless nights last night as well from these players as well. And now that exactly, and there'll be a bit of a come down as well after this when it's all over. Now Chris Nelson to finish off how he played this hole really well. Oh, just too short. He does. Yeah, it's a shame as well for Jack Gleeson as well. Kept it going up until the 18th and then just a bit of a blow up with his second shot, and that's how quickly these matches can change. So after that terrific third shot onto the green, stopped it dead. Is this the perfect place to be putting from here? Oh, and he hasn't quite got it. Just as you said. And you know on the first tee that it's always going to come down to this as well, don't you? It doesn't matter what else happens, invariably. Finish with a flourish. Drop. Oh! How frustrating. But a good day, certainly. Another group leaves the 18th. Points in the bag. Chris Nelson certainly winning one there for his team. Back to the 18th. Oh, we're just back in the green here. Kalfen Al-Karbi now can take his second. Didn't he? He's got a good bounce as well. He's still going. Terrific shot. And he had to hang around a long time to play that shot as well. Had a lot of time to think about it. So back to the 18th tee, and this is Gurbak Singh. Certainly holding his own. More than holding his own. Look at him, 5 up. I wonder if his playing partner expects him to wear a cowboy hat next time. Okay, Ashok Kumar now. He's 3 up as well, so they're playing the press. Rohit now doesn't look like he has a bead of sweat on him. How's he got that far with that? He's not sweating at all. Last tee shot of the day for Rohit. And that's going to be okay. And he'll be able to lay up quite nicely from there.
Pardon? I'm ready.
Okay, let's go back to Claire now, up at the 18th.
Hello, I'm here with Deepak Jain, who's just won 3 and 1 for the MENA golfers. Deepak, was it just one of those days when everything went your way?
Not really. It was a bit of a grind, with the weather and so many cameras. But yeah, eventually, I played solid. Made my ups and downs. Driving was a bit off, but generally, I made the putts.
Drive for show, putt for dough. Congratulations.
The approach on the 18th, it's another really good one. Almost over the top of the flag, stops dead. A great chance to score there. Is that Kalfen Al-Karbi's approach? I'm not sure if it was actually. Just now is Sunil. His approach onto the 18th. Third shot. Oh, and that's a lovely shot as well. So Chris May there. We'll go to 17 while we wait for Chris to take his shot at the 18th. Up to our ladies match. There's Melissa now she's holed a few already. Just didn't turn as she thought it was going to. Now here's Chris May's attempt at the 18th, and he's just got on the putting surface, but probably wasn't the shot he had in his head, was it? Back to 17, Jayshree Gupta now. She's 2 up against Melissa Williams. Oh, just lips out. There's no concerns about the speed, that's for sure. Hit it really firmly, unlucky. So back to 18. Now these are crucial putts for everybody, I think, involved. So Chris May, the captain of Dubai Tigers. Oh, has he got it? Oh, just doesn't turn at the end. Brian Moulds now, next to go. English Roses. Looks like Chris may have the chance to take the points there. Sunil now, he's 1 up on Kalfen Al-Karbi on the 18th. This for the win. We've seen this putt a few times, haven't we, Shiv, already today? Oh, and he's been fooled again. Everybody's getting fooled by that one. It's all over there. So I think that's a point for the European Sevis and points for Dubai Tigers. Back into the 18th fairway again. There's Ashok Kumar. Doesn't waste time watching where it goes, does he? Hits it and walks back to the buggy. Playing against Rohit Kaushal there. Wind hasn't really been a factor today, has it? Often at this time of the evening the wind can really pick up, but it doesn't look like it's blowing too much out there at all. In fact, it looks almost dead. Yeah, let's just hope his tee shot sets him up nicely. I think he's much further left than that. I think you're right. Just laying up again. Back to the 18th tee.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 18th green of the fire course for the EAGL.
Well, he should be the size of him as well, and his arms. Although that doesn't necessarily make a difference in golf, does it? Technique and timing. That's it. Gurbax Singh. I think has already won the points in the main game for his team. And he's 5 up. Was he? Yeah. And it can just be so draining. Now, can he finish with another flourish, Gurbax? Oh, yes, he can. I think that's the best approach we've seen so far today. That is a superb shot. So, what can Adel do? Just trying to finish the round with some self-satisfaction more than any points, really. The mat. Come on, Adel, finish with something good. That'll do. Stay there, stay there. Now, Rohit's turn. Again, he's had a difficult match against Ashok. Well, just completely slowed down there, didn't he? Back to the 17th. That's Graham Glynn there, nearest to us. Abu Dhabi Roars. Oh dear. So here is Graham Glynn, 5 up against Jay Tostavin. So the European Sevies captain is struggling, as we see Walid Alatar just get out of that bunker, and a nice shot it was too. And we saw Sanjay Rayna's ball go flying across the green. So that match, those matches, pretty much cemented as in terms of points, but they're still the press to play for. This is Graham Glynn's putt coming in, just a whisker on the right hand side, but he's really done the job already. He's had a great afternoon. Back to the 18th, here is Ashok. That's got a turn, it's not going to. And now Rohit's attempt to hole out and finish his day on a bit of a high. No, that didn't have a chance of going in, that one. Now Gurbak Singh, after that wonderful approach, he's played this hole really well. It's almost as if he's played this hole before. Now can he finish it off? He's 5 up, he's had a glorious afternoon. Oh. He is celebrating there, isn't he? Well done, Gurbak's good performance today. Rohit Kaushal to clean up again. We need to, they should be watching the live broadcast on YouTube and they would know that's always going to do that there. I'd imagine this is for the press, isn't it? Just firm, well played, well holed. He's pleased. Delighted to get those points. Yes, well done Adele. Cleans up as well. So it's all over for matches 7 and 8. Points for the MENA Golfers and the Indian Lions. Now we're back in the 18th fairway. Melissa Williams now, she's found that bunker. She seems to be right in the middle of it, but it's quite a deep one. What do you recommend here? Yeah, she's 2 down as well, so got to just keep your head really, because you never know what your opponent might do. Looks like Jayashree was over there on the right-hand side. We'll find out what's happened there as we go back again to the 18th tee, and more groups starting to finish their days. So the tee shot here, Sanjay Raina, wallop. I think it's got to be further than that. Oh, if that's him in the fairway there, that's a beauty. So now Jay Tostevin, 5 down, not the day he wanted. Well, he's going to finish well. That's a great tee shot as well. So hard, isn't it, when you've lost the match already and you're still playing, and your playing partner is probably playing really well, to keep motivated. It just for yourself now, isn't it, just to take some positives out of the day. Graham Glynn just finding a little bit of patch of bare ground there, so he's going to have to catch that nicely, but it'll only be a layup, so he won't be too worried about that. Now here is Melissa Williams. She got out of that fairway bunker and made it quite a way up the fairway. I don't know where she is. Possibly, yeah.
Here we go. Okay,
as we watch Jayashree now.
Okay, follow her.
She's in the perfect position to hit this green.
And follow her, yep, perfect. That's going to be a good shot. Close to the flag. Yep, good shot. Good shot. Okay, let's go back. Go back. Go back to the lady, yes, that's her shot. Zoom into this lady again. Yep. Okay.
She's safely on the green now. Can Melissa match it? Or do a little bit better and get inside her?
Here we go. Going to follow. Yep. Perfect.
And she has it. Just wanted that just to spin a little bit and stop, but that'll do.
Hold it there, pan right a bit. Pan right, tilt down. Okay, stay here. Okay, now we stay here for a while. Okay, let's go to...
So they'll move their buggies to the side of the green.
But I think they're going to go for it.
They're just going to have to wait, I think, in the fairway for a little bit. Go and sit down for a J, have some water, take it easy. Perfect.
Okay, go 18 fairway, go. Okay. 18 green, can you get this guy?
then most of them as well have played that, what could be a tricky little shot to get onto the green and close to that pin as well. And they've all done fairly well. Yeah, we've seen a lot of good quality golf today. That's the one he'll remember tonight. When he's going to bed, he'll be replaying that putt over and over in his head. Normally no one would believe him, but he can show video evidence that it happened. Live. He's finishing strong as well, I think. A bit out of position. Is that going to roll onto the fairway? Yes, it is. Now, Jayshree. She'll know this putt fairly well, but it doesn't make it any easier today. She hit it. Another one. Same again. I feel like sending out a messenger down to the 18th. I think so. I think you're right there. And this also, I think, is over. And a little wry smile as well as he walks past his opponent. Well played. As we look back into the fairway, a couple of really good layups. Can they capitalise on it? Jay first. Or is he going to wait? Oh, we seem to have somebody in a bit of distress. Was that? That's yeah, Graham is. We saw his ball just at the bottom of the green. So yeah, that's Sanjay in a bit of trouble there. I think Jay's going to carry on anyway. Keep things moving. That's a good shot. Right over the pin. Graham at the bottom of the screen there just needs to have a look at what he needs to do here. So it's elevated above his head height. He's going to have a look and see what he needs to do. In the meantime, he wasn't comfortable over that at all, was he? I was going to say, what's your advice when you know sometimes you're standing over the ball and it just doesn't feel right? 9 times out of 10, an amateur just carries on and goes through with it. It's so difficult. It's such a simple thing to do, to just back away and rethink it all. And a lot of amateurs just simply don't have a routine as well, do they? Don't really know what they should or what suits them to do before a shot. That's a really good bunker shot to get out of there. That was very tough. That was on a downslope, I think, as he hit it, and he's managed to get the distance spot on there. Sanjay's having a bit of a tough time on this final hole. It's nothing worse when all the other players in your group are waiting on the green for you. Now Jay. Go back to the 18th tee. That did, didn't it? That looked really strong. Craig Vance there. Oh, and he's paid dividends as well. It'd be nice to see someone having a go. Maybe, I think in this group we might well see it as well. Paul Murnahan, Asian Jumbos. It was, wasn't it? That's fine.
Okay, perfect. Stop. Back to 18T. Back to 18T. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Go again.
Talk about this swing as we see it, Shiv. It's unconventional, isn't it?
Go left, the big drive. Pan left, coming down here somewhere. Keep going, keep going. Should be somewhere. Where is it? I cannot even see it myself. Big drive. Okay, back to 18T. It's going to go back. This is the last guy. But they just finished 18 green. They just finished 18 green.
Now Sabik, he'll be thinking on in 2, won't he? Just off the left side of the fairway, seen a lot of hole, and that's fallen down into what looks to be quite a deep little hole. That's unfortunate, but it'll be okay for the layup, but maybe the on in 2 is out the window now. 17th green now. And he's had a terrific day, hasn't he? We've seen him hold quite a few. Alistair McDonald now for his putt. Oh, no. Flying in from this group.
Zoom in just a tiny bit. 17 green, zoom in just a tiny bit. Thank you, that's it. Perfect, thank you.
Paul Summerskill now. And in we go. Well, this group's making light work of the 17th green.
Off. Okay, go. We're going to do 18 fairway now, Graham. 18 fairway, go, cut 18 fairway.
Okay, back to the fairway on the 18th. Everyone in pretty good shape off the tee.
Now forget it, that's 18 green. Don't forget about it. I need 18 green here. Wait down the guy. Should be a guy there. Can I hit first? We're going to hit first.
Paul Monahan there, so we're just checking the distance in the GPS screen there. He's probably gone through his mind. Shall I go for this? Do I need to? Oh well, we are going to have a grandstand finish here from Sabiq. That looks like driver. Out of a divot, this is... I'll tell you what, certainly wouldn't have crossed my mind. Would you have done this, Shiv? Absolutely not at all. I wonder if this was a more event with some prize money on the line or something, he'd have made a different choice there perhaps. Well, I hope not actually. I hope he would go for it. It's great to see. In the fairway, Craig Vance, after must be the best tee shot we've seen on the 18th. He's got a big club in his hand. Oh, that's a great shot though. There in two, yeah. So for Khalid, is he gonna? He must be thinking to get there in two as well. So just going back to the 18th tee. The final groups coming up. Paul Summerskill with his tee shot. Perfect. Well, that's exactly what we wanted to see. Paul Summerskill 3 and 2 over Alistair McDonald. Here is Alistair. This is what we wanted to see coming up the final hole. Rohit Gupta. So, got to hit the fairway, Rohit. Don't want to... Oh, he's absolutely nailed that one. Look how far down that's gone. So now that puts the pressure on Gary Webber, doesn't it? He does. Well, honours even there, really, off the tee. So now, third shot onto the green at the last. Sabiq tried to hit driver off the deck out of a divot. It's bounced a bit awkwardly. Yeah. So now, after reaching there in 2, this is a tricky one as well. He's going to just check the lay of the land before he takes this one. First, Paul Murnahan. He's played a nice tee shot and laid up to here, which we've seen a lot of the players doing this afternoon. And we've seen a lot of players hitting nice approaches onto the green. Can he do the same? It's high. Oh, what a shot that is. So for Craig, who was thinking up and down for birdie at least, he's now really got to get this spot on. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. So they've both got pretty much the same distance for birdie. That's excellent. Okay, so it's Khalid now. I wonder where Sabiq is. We haven't seen him yet. I think he might be on this near side in the bunker. I think he might be a bit disappointed with that. I think he'd want to be a little bit closer in there. So below our screen here, I don't think the camera can quite get down there, is Sabiq. Right under where you see that club on the ground. He'll be just there. He's got to land it off the green surely and let it roll on. He has done a really nice shot. It's going to run a bit further than he would have wanted, but so Sabiq will have that left with Khalid just a bit closer in. And these two guys, I think. Going to take his time with this one, study this from every possible angle. So we've seen this a lot. It just falls away to the left. Has he seen it? Oh, just left it short. Agonising now then, Khalid. He's hit that firmly. Oh, well. Oh, excruciating for both of them now. They've done it differently, but they're both pretty much ended in the same place. Oh, he hasn't hit it. Bit tentative over that one. There was a lot of pressure on it. So now Paul's heart will be beating out of his chest. Can afford to have a go, hit it firm. Oh. And he is not done at all. Oh. It really... Just can't see the slope on the TV at all, can you really? It's severe and it's causing chaos now. Got to go in. Oh, much better. Very good. It does look that way, doesn't it? There's Nick Tarrant telling them where to go. So back in the fairway with our last teams. This is Alistair McDonald. We're going to cut over to Gary Webber first. Oh no, and that's gone drastically left. Doesn't need to do anything heroic now, really. That's fine. Well played. So now with Alistair. Just a bit short. So our last groups starting to drive up towards the clubhouse here at the Jumeirah Golf Estates. Fabulous building. You've got everyone who's finished, and organisers, fans, spectators, all up at the 18th as well, adding another little air of nervousness to events, not to mention what's on the line points-wise. Absolutely, yeah. It's a new event. It's the first time really you've seen amateurs on their own in a televised event. Quite often we see pro-ams where you're playing with an amateur, you know, Alfred Dunhill Links and events like that, but really you never get to see amateurs playing 9 holes live. I think it's a way forward. It's fantastic, I think. And like you say, the golf has been far better than we expected, far better than we deserve, to be honest. And the Emirates Amateur Golf League Mini-Series trophy is also back there at the 18th. That will be presented as soon as this match is finished and all the points have been tallied up. Paul Summerskill now. He'll probably think that's closer than it is. There's Alistair. Just hit that shoulder and it's come off lovely. Oh. I don't think we've seen anyone one putt on the 18th so far. It's fooled everyone from every angle.
No, pen right. There's the guy, there, that's him, you're gonna shoot. Yeah.
Got to go.
Okay, follow.
Just creeps onto the green. He'll be putting at least.
Okay. Stay here.
Now that looks like Gary Webber over there. So I wonder if he's played a miraculous shot after his second went way left and behind the brush and the trees. So if he's managed to get there with his third, that's an extraordinary shot. Just working out who's set to go first, I think. There's a bit of match play going on, I think.
I think the guy in the right putt first. The guy playing right, 18 green, pen right. This guy will putt first. Okay, cut to 18 green.
Nobody's listened so far to you, Shiv. I don't think there's going to be any change now. Okay, big putt now for Rohit Gupta. I think that's going to go off to the left again. Gary's been looking at this putt for a long time. Is he sort of second guessing himself, rethinking it? When you stand over the putt, things look different again, don't they? He's a bit scared of that hill, wasn't he? And there we go. They've decided to give each other their putts, and it's all done there. Certainly wouldn't. You're not going to see that in the Euros. Paul Summerskill. Are they playing on? Yes, they are. He's been asked to mark it.
Tilt down a bit. That's okay.
Got to be one. Come on, Alistair. Don't let us down here. You're in the perfect position for this putt. Whoa! How frustrating.
Okay, after this putt, reaction, guys. Jeff, I just got a beauty shot after this.
Yes, he walked off the green sharpish there. Well hold.
And out. Reaction.
And there we go. There's our last two matches walking off the 18th green here at the Emirates Amateur Golf League mini series event. The scorer just tallying up things. Just going to check that everything on the scorecard is above board. Nick Towett as well, the tournament director there, just checking and triple checking everything. As you were saying earlier, the Jumeirah Golf Estates, what a fantastic location this really is. In 2009 it was opened, and the DP World Tour Championship came here. I remember watching Lee Westwood win the first one here with a fantastic final round, and it really has now on tour now. What does the Jumeirah Golf Estates, what does it mean to the golfers on tour?
Rooms and get yourself changed for the evening entertainment. Please change into your second shot.
And we hear that an awful lot. We hear a lot of players like yourself who say the facilities are second to none, and you wonder, is that sort of bluster and kindness? But genuinely, it is the kind of place where the pros think is the how a golf course should be run, how a golf course should look, how a golf course should behave, in fact.
So I think whatever's done in the the Emirates and in Dubai in general, they try and replicate the best of the world. They brought the best people in. They brought the best course superintendents, golf course managers. It's a complete package. You can't. It's pretty remarkable to see in a desert to be able to build golf courses like this. And it's the general managers come from Europe. The course superintendent comes from the United States. So it's it's a collection of the best from all over the world that have come here and built it. And there's been a vision. The vision has been of making this the hub for golf, of making it the center of not just the European Tour but Asian golf in general. And it was an experiment, but it's turned out to be a fantastic experiment. And started with one golf course in 1987, I think it was, the Emirates Golf Club, and now you've got more than 10 golf courses in a 20-kilometer radius, and not one of them would not be a top 100 golf course.
Yeah, you often see most of the courses in the UAE appearing on all the golf magazine and website lists as being, you know, the best golf courses in the world, and rightly so as well. And also when you were talking about the Emirates Golf Club first being built, and we saw those pictures of it being built in the middle of the desert with nothing around, and the first few events there with the likes of Seve Ballesteros playing, and then it grew from there. People thought it was a bit of an oddity at the beginning in the 90s, and now it's grown into something much bigger and better. And for Asian golf especially, is this now really one of the hubs of golf in the region?
Yeah, it's been it's really great. Like I said, the reason why so many golfers call it their home, so many professional golfers call it their home. There's a vision here, and the vision was to make, you know, build tourism around golf, and I think they've done that very successfully. Professional golf has its place, but amateur golf, like we've seen today, you know, the EAGL and events like this is what really puts it on the map. If you didn't have amateur golf, you wouldn't have, you know, we wouldn't be able to play for a living. You know, you really need to grow the game at the amateur level, at the junior level, and I think that's where events like this and the vision that Dubai has to make it, you know, a golfing hub has really helped in progressing the game.
And of course, it's the old adage as well that golf is pretty much the only sport where you can have amateurs playing on the course, the same course, almost pretty much the same setup as well that you pros play on. I mean, some of us have had holidays to the old course in St Andrews, and you can play there. You know, you can play at the Jumeirah Golf Estates, you can play at the old course, you can play at the Belfry. No other sport has this kind of relationship between professionals and amateurs.
I think that's the remarkable thing and the great thing. From a recreational point of view, I can play with my father, I can play with, you know, people of an 18 handicap and still have a good day out. Whereas if you're playing tennis or cricket, or when you have someone else on the other side, if you're not of the same standard, it's not an enjoyable day out. You know, for us as professionals, we play pro-ams, we play with amateurs every week, and that's what really sells the golf tournament to sponsors. And that's equally enjoyable for us as it is for the amateurs. You get, you know, to learn so much, and the interaction, and I truly believe the friendships you make out of golf last for a lifetime.
And there's been some new friendships made out there, some new rivalries as well here as the EAGL Amateur Golf League. Over to Claire now with the prize presentation on the back of the 18th green.
I'm here with the winners, the MENA golfers. Congratulations, guys. So you won all of your matches?
All the 4 matches we won. All the 4 matches we won, yes.
Excellent. Good day out there? How were the conditions?
Yeah, it was a good day. Started off a little bit hairy, but we managed to pull it back in the end.
Congratulations. Off to celebrate now? Well done. Congrats.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. The MENA golfers are the champions. There's Rick Bevan on the right, the non-playing captain today, who has achieved something very special in the first ever Emirates Amateur Golf League and the fire course here at the Jumeirah Golf Estates. It's been a really wonderful event, and we look at the total points. The Emirati players, 8 points, Indian Lions 2, Dubai Tigers 3, 5 for the English Roses. MENA golfers there with 10 points. Asian Jumbos, they need to come back stronger the next time they go out. No points on the board for them. Abu Dhabi Raws 6, and their European Sevies with 3 points overall. Well done to the MENA golfers. It wasn't in the script, but the MENA golfers seems a bit fitting that they're the winners here today. It is a MENA kind of event, not a MENA tour event, but very much an inclusive MENA event, Shiv. And it's been a wonderful day. It's been really enjoyable. Those players are going to have a lot of stories to tell. They're going to be telling people that they hold putts much longer than they actually hold, and tee shots were longer than they thought. But this is a stepping stone to something bigger. It's a stepping stone to a full season, hopefully coming in November. And on this evidence, I think it's something that can grow and grow.
I think it was fantastic. You know, the T20 version of golf. Like I said, you got to be ready from the first shot, and 9 holes, you know, super fast. And I'll be very interested to hear the feedback from all the players. I can't wait to get up there and have a chat with all of them. And I think overall today, amateur golf and golf in general was the winner. And to see, you know, EAGL succeed the way it did in the mini series, I really can't wait for the main event come this winter.
We were talking earlier when we were lucky to have Ismail Sharif came in and spoke to us, obviously the man behind the Jumeirah Golf Estates, and we were speaking to him earlier and he was saying how interesting it is to see an event like this, and how has it never been done before? It does seem a bit strange.
I think a mention for Mr. Sudesh Agarwal wouldn't be out of place. You know, fantastic concept. He came to me with this 6 months ago, and I said it's brilliant. You know, it's what golf needs. I think we've seen it now in amateur golf. We might see this in professional golf follow very soon. It's not been done in any form of the game.